Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derrick Forston.
And I am Shay Forston.
And we are super excited that you guys are here. So we're going to be super relaxed and laid back today. But just in case if you're new to us, we operate and we teach and we consult, and we're the trademark holders of the independent living facility model. So the way that we say it is very simple, right? If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you love community, if you always wanted something more in life and your 9-to-5 job just wasn't quite getting it, that means that you're a lot like me, right? My whole story is that I was a social worker that saw all of this stuff and just dreamed to have gotten to get in it. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Let us know in the chat if you're new to us. Also, let us know in the chat where are you located, where are you guys from. I want to give a lot of information today. We're also live on several other forums right now. We simulcast, so welcome to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Chatter, Twitter, and also my folks over there on TikTok if I didn't say them. So go ahead and put it in the chat. But I'll be honest, we love that you guys stream from your favorite places. But if you can, by all means, come over to the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. That's where you guys will be able to see all of the questions. I'll be able to answer your question. I can see your stuff, and you'll be able to see things as we put it on screen. Our podcast is a little bit different. We don't just talk. We actually show footage and visuals, because I know me, I'm a little bit kind of hard-headed, and I need to see stuff. I need to kind of put my hands on it. So we're going to talk a lot about our ILF masterclass that's coming up December the 10th. We're going to be talking about all the information that'll go down today. So I hope there's a lot of new people that are here today, because we also want to help you guys learn and grow. And we're also planning some things in the background. So I'm going to try not to open up my big mouth about
Please
that.
Don't.
But we got some things going on in the background with some people that's taking I'll put it like this. I can't say it this way. We got people that are taking our affiliate program and putting it on steroids.
To the next level.
So not only are they just telling people, they're actually planning events. So I think that's really cool, and we're going to talk about that more and more. But one more time, my name is Mr. ILF. I'm Derrick, and my whole job in life is to teach you guys how do you get into real estate, helping people, and doing the will of God all in one.
Right.
And before I get too far for any of my new people, I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm surely not a bishop. But boy, do we love God. We love people, and we found out that real estate is the cheat code in terms of doing God's will, because Derrick didn't say it, but the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. So that's pretty cool how God allowed us to combine real estate and social services all together. So that's just kind of my little brief intro. We're going to go into a lot of stuff, though. I'm going to show you guys how God showed me a vision through a lady that was making $40,000 a month, and she was housing people in rats and roaches. The same lady that refused to teach it to me, God blessed me to just kind of go and see it. And when I saw it, I said, man, this is going to change my life. If that lady can make 40 grand housing people in roaches and in rats, man, I'm finna change the world with this thing. I'm just going to put my own stamp on it.
Yep.
So one more time, and I'm done. I'm going to give it over to Shay, because Shay and I do this a little bit different. That beautiful lady right here, that's my wife. But we do this a little bit different. Not like majorly different, but there's some nuances that Shay kind of does that I don't. So one more time, I'm Mr. ILF. We are the trademark owners of the ILF model. And again, if you love God, you love people, you've been trying to get into this, welcome, because I'm your new big brother. Shay, bless the people, tell them who you are and what you do.
So for one, it's just amazing to always be here with you all, right? Number two, I am the founder of the Angela Denise Foundation. I'm actually repping ADF today. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
I just threw on a hoodie.
And I'm repping Second Chance.
And I do the ILF model through my nonprofit organization, not mine, but the nonprofit organization that I founded. We've been able to take women successfully from homeless to hopeful, and also see their lives completely change. I was talking to a case manager, Derrick, yesterday, of one of my residents that's in a program. So you hear us talk about programs. You don't mind if I go here right now, right?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Perfect. So I deal with a mental health hospital that has a program. And most of them do have programs, and they also have funding that come behind those programs to make sure that some of their clients are eligible for SSI, SSDI, go through that process. and they take them through that process. And what they also do within that program is they make sure that they find them suitable housing, and they fund that. So they pretty much pay the rent until that person gets their SSI or SSDI. That program can last anywhere between 3 to 6 months, depending on the client's their obedience in walking through that program. Fortunate for me, this program has extended their time frame because the success of this client. And I'm going to go a lot more in depth in our private community, because I want to show people some of the things that they can do to facilitate the to help kind of transport the client back and forth to those appointments, to be an advocate with the case management team to kind of help them situate that. But long story short, this client's case manager called me yesterday because they were in their funding resubmission, recertification, and all that good stuff. But the funds were available, but I had to wait a month and a half before they released them, which wasn't a problem for me because I'm a nonprofit organization, and these are some of the things that are afforded to me because of that. But I wanted to say that the conversation I had with the case manager was so phenomenal that she was so surprised, Derrick. She was surprised. This young lady has been a consistent patient at this mental health hospital for many years, since she was a teenager. And now she's in her 40s. And they're seeing such a significant change from then to now that the case manager was so excited to talk to me. And it made my heart happy because, she even talked about how I come and pick them up and take them places, and how I come and do things with them. And I was like, but I haven't done anything with them for a little, for a couple of weeks. But the impact that you make in the lives of these individuals that you house is so phenomenal. And you really never know what you're doing or what impact you've made until a resident literally talks to their case manager about you. But long story short, I do this again from a nonprofit standpoint. I'm 501c3, which allows me the opportunity to do extra things like when SNAP benefits were out, we had funding in the Angela Denise Foundation to help provide food items for some of our ILFs. Thanksgiving just left. We were able to provide 55 meals alone as the Angela Denise Foundation. And then we partnered with our local church and was able to help them reach their goal of 800 households fed. So these are some of the things, the extras that I get to do as a 501c3 nonprofit, and the funding. And listen, last night, guys, Derrick and I are laying in bed. It is 11 p.m. or later. I get a text message from my CRM system, Digital Flow Solutions, that a private donor donated $5,000 to the Angela Denise Foundation. Like, these are the benefits of being a nonprofit, doing the ILF model as a program, but also having other things that you can do within the community to help make changes in lives. So prime example, I'm having a conversation with one of the families. It's a 4-person family living in a hotel that we were able to supply a meal for Thanksgiving. I want to get their backstory. This donation that came in is going to allow me and that donor, I'm actually going to reach out to the donor and see if their family wants to take part in providing Christmas for this family that is being sheltered in a hotel. So that's the goal, but that is some of the things that I get to do a little differently from what Derrick does as a for-profit entity. I get partnerships that allow me to go above and beyond and do something impactful in my ILF. So in the nonprofits ILF. So that's something I wanted to share this morning before we dove in, and just to give you some insight on the differences and some of the things that I can gain access to as a 501c3 with a continued mission to serve the community. So back to you.
I love it. So if you're on any forum where you can just only hear us, I see a few people still on our TikTok channel. Come over to Forston Consultants on YouTube. That's again Forston, Forston Consultants on our YouTube channel. We literally just got started. So if you just joined us, you're right on time. You didn't miss nothing. Go ahead and put in the chat though, just like Miss Hawkins did. She told us where she was from. I appreciate that. I love that. Put in the chat and tell us where you guys are from. Who else is from maybe Columbia, South Carolina? And maybe what she don't know, or maybe she do. We just literally came from there a couple of months ago doing a live event. In fact, we did South Carolina, then we did Jacksonville. And a lot of y'all saw my post this morning where Shay and I just jumped off a plane again from a speaking engagement and came right here to y'all. So if you're new to us, first of all, thank y'all so much for being here, because on these internet streets, y'all got a lot of places where you could be. So if y'all chose to be here, I truly appreciate that. Go ahead and put in the chat, like the Allen family, they're from Georgia. Sharing our own property in Warner Robins, Georgia.
We do.
We love Macon, Georgia. We love Valdosta, Georgia. But we're actually in Orlando, Florida, because where we live at is real expensive. So if you're where Xander is, the Johnson family, they're in Detroit. Some of y'all like those Detroit prices. So let us know in the chat where you're located. Also, tell me if you're new to us. We've been like stumbling upon a lot of new people. And I thank God for it, because that just means that my prayer is merging with y'all prayer. Most of y'all been praying to learn how to get into something like this and it not be a group home or an IDD and it require all that license.
Correct.
Put a number 7 in the chat if that's true. And again, if you're new to us, I want to know it, because I want to just shout you out personally.
So I keep it real estate is new.
Perfect. Perfect. Good stuff. Hawkins family is new.
Hawkins
Perfect.
Is
and
new.
Tell us, how did you all find it? Was that Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? Were you searching for it?
Are you in our private Facebook community? Right.
Yep. Because December the 10th, we're giving an ILF masterclass where I'll be teaching for probably 3+ hours. The last one I did, guys, I taught for 3 hours and 52 minutes. This one is going to mimic that, right? So this is the last one of the year. It's absolutely complimentary and it's online. So there's no travel required.
Yeah.
So Cam Brown is also new to us. So I love this, and I love new people, because I never just take for granted that you all just know who we are. But notice what today's topic is. What does your ILF need? Right? We're going to talk about some wants in that ILF too, or just kind of how I want stuff. But I'm going to talk about some absolute need stuff, like, and not that it blows my mind, but it kind of does, because some people get so caught up in the excitement of actually getting started, they forget to put some really important things in it, like a fire extinguisher.
Yes.
Guys, you got to understand that we're housing people that sometimes are not like you and I. Meaning they're not. Prime example, we deal with a mental health population. Guys, it would almost be negligent of us, for one, not to have an insurance policy. That's probably my number one. And number two is that daggone fire extinguisher. What happened to me a few years ago when one of my clients almost burnt the kitchen down? He cooks rice and beans every day for the last 8 years. But one time he fell asleep in 8 years, y'all. But lucky for me, brand new batteries were in the smoke detector. Write that down. And a fire extinguisher, which they were trained by me. Because watch this, somebody gonna panic and all of a sudden forget how to use a fire extinguisher, or they've never used it. Lucky for me, or blessed to me, I trained them guys. I bought one for like 20 bucks and showed them how to use it. So it wasn't a waste, but it was a training moment. And watch this. The guy that set the fire, he panicked, didn't know what to do. Lucky for me again, in the grace of God, the roommate, the other guy that was a lot more stable mentally, said, oh, there's a fire, let's put it out. Makes sense, everybody? But sometimes we get so caught up in like just getting started, we forget that stuff. So one more time, if you new to me, I'm your new big brother. 10 of y'all type in the chat, what's up, big bro? Because you're going to learn more from me today and on December 10th than most of y'all paid for stuff. We are the trademark owners. So when you hear people talking about ILF and independent homes and all of that, that's us. We've trademarked it. And most of them copying us anyway. Make sense?
And you won't see a lot of
them. And most of them have never been through nothing like us. Lawsuits, Channel 8 News. Guys, I done this all kind of ways that were the wrong way, but not like the lady that was doing this in Rats and Roaches. Not that. But you know how you get into something without the knowledge of it and you just mess up? It's called ignorance, the lack of knowledge. We teach y'all how to apply the knowledge because, first of all, it came from us. But watch this, though, because most of y'all are new to me, so welcome. And they're saying, what's up, big bro? Love that. I was just a social worker making $28 grand a year. Listen to me. And God allowed me to see a lady that was making 41 grand a month. And y'all, the only difference between kind of how y'all gonna do it and that lady, y'all, she was doing it in rats and roaches.
She was doing it terribly.
She was doing it in conditions that would absolutely break your heart. And I'm gonna show y'all some stuff today. And I'll be honest, as your new big brother, if some of this stuff don't bother you, I'll admit you on the wrong YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because if you can house people in rats and roaches and make 41 grand a month doing it in rats and roaches, that means you ain't got the heart for this. Let me teach you another business, because I'm a business coach in general. I can teach you a bunch of stuff that don't need your heart to be in it.
Exactly.
Your heart got to be in this because of the people that we're dealing with. Hop in, Shay.
I wanted to stop right there because you state that like rats and roaches, and people have to realize that sometimes comes with it, right? Bed bugs too. Like there are opportunities. Like there's times. Like prime example. I've got the bird cage, bird's nest, whatever you want to call that thing at my ladies, my biggest ladies facility. And guess what happens in that bird's nest, that bird cage? Spiders. So I have my spider remittance, my spider team right here on deck. No, but like these are the things that people don't pay attention to. These are the things that you have to create processes to combat those things. In the other lady's housing program, these weren't things that she saw, but she could care less, right? It wasn't considered important to her. And what you also notice in this housing structure is that residents that you may serve are so used to the slumlord that when things do go awry, because they don't feel like you're going to do anything about it, they won't tell you. So you've got to make it a safe space for that resident to know, like, hey, if you see roaches, if you see any bugs or anything like that, let us know. Because they're so used to other housing providers, Derrick, that won't do nothing. Yeah. So they don't say anything.
We've seen that.
We've seen it. Like we've literally, yes, we've seen it to where, a resident was just like, oh, well, I didn't think you were going to do anything. Huh? No, we have to do something.
We're different.
So
can 5 of y'all type in the chat, we're different, especially from what I'm getting ready to show a lot of my new people.
Katara said, yes, Lord.
So can 10 of y'all put in the chat, if you made $41,000 a month, would that change your life a little bit?
Can you implement pest control? Like, let's be real.
10 of y'all put in the chat, if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit?
Yeah, it would. It really
but as that social worker, y'all just saw me on that, and 5 of y'all put in the chat that you can see my pictures, because I'm not very techy. I just want to make sure y'all can see what I got on my screen.
I've got absolutely's. I've got all sorts of stuff coming through the chat. So yes.
So as that social worker, when that lady refused to show me what this was, y'all, as the social worker that knew all the addresses, I said, well, Derrick, dummy me. Like, go look. You know where they're at, Derrick.
Not dummy you.
Excuse me, uneducated rookie me. I'm trying to get away from saying dummy me. That's kind of my saying, but Shay don't like me to say that and no more. So rookie me, I said, Derrick, you know the addresses, bro. Just go. And when I saw this stuff right here, y'all, I was like, oh my God. This lady make 41 grand housing people with beds on the floor. And I often tell people, if you ain't got your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks that are holding that bed up right there.
Correct.
We couldn't believe this even when we saw it. And I knew y'all weren't going to believe me the day I talked about it. Miss Allen, I knew you weren't going to believe me. The Phillips family, I knew you weren't going to believe me. Why would y'all believe me? You just met me. And I am your new big brother now. But this is why I show people this. Keep it real. This is why I show people this, because some of y'all wouldn't have believed it if I just would have said it. Shay filmed the guy that was on this bed and say, sir, tell me why y'all living like this. And he the one that said, Shay, well, we know that if we would have told somebody, somebody would have did something.
And the only reason we even found out is because we had a close relationship with a case manager that was rendering services at this location. And we were we had a whole cul-de-sac a couple of streets over. So when that case manager also frequented the cul-de-sac. So when that case manager saw what was going on, her first instinct was to contact us and then also contact the housing provider which she found out was having some issues and was unable to go to the house. So they welcomed us to take over their house. So that's what happened in that incident. But it was so, man, within a day, like we had guys that we were housing in one of the houses come and help, and we just went through there like the Tasmanian devil and completely restructured everything in less than a couple of hours. And the one gentleman, he was a military veteran. He sat on his bed that is now on rails, and he literally just started sobbing. And he said, I didn't know that that this is what it was supposed to be like.
And the one guy said, man, I knew it was people like y'all somewhere. I just didn't know where y'all was. Man, that stuff will break your heart. And this is the part that I tell y'all, like, if this don't bother you and you know somebody making 41 grand doing this, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I am not your big brother. Like, you on the wrong YouTube channel. Because it ain't rocket science to know that we don't treat people like this, especially when you're making the money. Most of y'all are praying for God to change your life financially. Some of us got physical things that we want God to change. How can we ask that of God and we doing God's people like this? Yeah. My brother used to always say, one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated these people. These are God's people, y'all. Rats and the roaches and the filth and the grime. And when I saw this stuff, I said, man, here I am making 28 grand a year, begging God to change my life. I tried my best to keep this dude face out of this picture. Because again, I knew y'all weren't going to believe me. Now, what y'all can't see on that carpet is this guy was a diabetic.
I remember this.
And guys, if I didn't count 16 to 17 needles that was just on the ground of that place, on his carpet, I say, oh my God.
I remember that. I literally remember that.
Even though we call this independent living, guys, we got to have some kind of oversight. You serious? Because this is what it looks like when there is no oversight to it.
And can I just drop a gem right here? What most people don't realize is, like, prime example, had this been one of our residents, the first thing we would have done is gotten a sharps container. Right. And you can dispose of those sharps containers at your local fire station.
Do y'all even know what a sharps container is? I don't want to talk over nobody's head because I didn't know either. One day,
a little small sharps box, a small sharps box, you can actually order them on Amazon, or you can pick them up from the pharmacy. You can either take them back to the pharmacy or you can drop them off at the fire station.
Pause. Because again, like, can 3 of y'all just said, Derrick, yeah, man, I know what a sharps is. Or if you don't, like, maybe if you don't want to say it, just slow it down, Shay. Sharps mean when you got somebody in your house, maybe it's 1 or 2 or 3 people, I don't care if it's 1, and he's diabetic and use them needles, we don't just put them in the trash can.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, somebody didn't
know that. And
there's a red container, and it's a medical like type of thing, and you drop all of that in there. Here's a gem. The fire department will give it to you for free.
Correct. And they'll also dispose.
Understand me? So some of y'all don't even know that, but God forbid the wrong person walk in your place and see that and get you shut down.
Correct. So for you all that are like, so take this as a thing to put in your back pocket, right? If when you're doing that assessment and someone says they are a diabetic with taking insulin via injection, make sure you ask them. Let that be a question on your assessment. Do you have a sharps container? How do you dispose of your medical waste?
Oh, like, I just throw it in the trash, Mr. Derrick. The devil is a liar.
But these are some But these are some of the pertinent questions that a lot of people don't ask when they get into this.
They don't know it, Shay.
And they don't. That's why they have us. Right? I'm medical, right? I worked in healthcare for since I was 16. When I graduated high school at 16, guys. But when I graduated high school, I was immediately, I went into the healthcare realm. I loved being in the hospital, right? So it was just, that was my thing. But again, like, that's the reason why we come with so much knowledge. We come with knowledge of the mental health aspect of things. We come with knowledge of the business and medical aspect of things, along with those that we labor amongst, right? We've got nurses that are a part of our ILF family. We've got physicians that are a part of our ILF family. We've got all sorts of different people that we can call on when we need assistance with navigating something. Attorneys, accountants, the whole gamut, right? So we're not just doing this as a hobby. We are literally going to set you up for success to be an actual business. This is not just a fly by night thing that you're going to do haphazardly. We're going to do it with all things in decency and in order. Back to you, Mr. Forston.
I also want you guys to join the ILF Academy. How many of you guys are here because you found us through our ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group? Y'all, that's who I'm really doing this class for. That group is growing so fast, I can hardly keep up. It's like one of those storefront churches that had 13 members, and then you blinked your eyes and they got 14,000 people pulling up to church every Sunday. That's what that group has turned into.
Correct.
According to the analytics, 1,019 people joined our ILF Academy last week, not last month, in 7 days. And that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm pouring into that group. So if you're not a part of the ILF Academy, you're losing. That's a free group. And I really only want to give this masterclass to them. So if you're not a part of that masterclass, Jennifer, if you can put on the screen, one of my assistants is actually in here. Jennifer, if you can put on the screen, where can they get inside of the ILF Academy? In fact, if you guys text the word join, JOIN,
correct,
to the phone number 407-326-0086, it'll give you the link to just join it. But back to my story, because I used to take 2 hours just to tell this story. I've been doing good lately. I can cut it down to 5 minutes now. Because one more time, it ain't rocket science, right, Shay?
Right, child.
It ain't rocket science to know that, y'all, this ain't the way that we do it. So really quickly today, after begging God and begging man, I ain't gonna lie, I begged a bunch of people, y'all. I was a social worker for 9 years, and when God gave me the vision, I begged a lot of people that I was referring to, and nobody wanted to teach it to me. They had what I would call a crab in the bucket mentality. So I said, God, if you ever let me get into this, I'll go all over the world sharing it, and I'll never take any credit. So as good as y'all gonna hear this teaching, it is none of me other than the experience of going through it. Without God, I'm an absolute nobody. But with God, most of y'all gonna think I'm a dadgum genius. But it's only because I've been through so much of the turmoil of trying to get this started. So God put me in front of y'all so that you don't make the mistakes I did. My $40,000 lawsuit, you don't get that.
Right.
The Channel 8 News talk about Mr. Derrick, you don't get that.
Yeah.
When we make the news now, they're celebrating the great work that we're doing all over the country now.
Can I segue really quickly?
Please do. Go ahead.
So there was a question in the ILF Academy yesterday from a young lady who was asking about, they got their LLC, they put everything in their home address.
Jennifer actually pulled 10 questions, and that's a part of it.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
So I wanted to talk about that because of what you just said about the Channel 8 News.
We do.
So we've actually got footage, and it's not us. It was somebody that came on board to us after they were just doing the most, and they wanted us to help them clean up, but it was a little bit too late. And their home address was on their LLC.
That's an absolute no.
And
guys.
the news people literally went
and they banged
to their front door.
They don't knock soft.
And it is on the news. And when the lady called us to say, hey, I need your help. I've got the news knocking on my door, and we're like, how can we help? Like this, it was traumatic. And I just sat there and I was like, I was shook because the news, the media instead of mail, the media literally walked up to this lady's front door.
Because they know where you live in, because on your paperwork for your LLC, you put your home address. The devil is a liar under my coaching, or even under the side. If you take none of my coaching, I'm telling you now, free coaching. Don't put your home address on your paperwork to get your business. How many of y'all didn't know that? Like, I'm enamored by people that don't know that.
Correct.
But again, not like that's some bad thing. You just didn't know. That's how I end up on the Channel 8 News myself in a $40,000 lawsuit. Stuff I didn't know.
Correct.
So don't feel bad about it, because today is the new day for you. Remember, I'm your new big brother.
Right.
You don't make the mistakes I did. Now, watch this, and I'm going to end this whole story. Out of all the roaches and the rats and all of that stuff that I saw, this is the one that truly broke my heart. I walked into one of these places that nobody called a group home. It wasn't called an ILF. That girl just said, Derrick, I rent rooms to people.
For real.
She said, Derrick, I don't own these places.
Yeah.
I don't have no license, and the city don't bother me. Really? And that's what gave the idea of maybe I don't need a license. But back to the story. When I walked into one of these places, y'all, and saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, and watch this because I'm just so honest. Guess who sent this lady to this housing program? Your big brother, Mr. Social Worker Derrick. Yeah.
Look,
but before you think I'm some bad guy, remember, as a social worker, I only had a desk, a computer,
and a list,
and a legal pad with a bunch of y'all numbers on it, and y'all didn't answer the phone when I called y'all. So when I called the lady with the rats and roaches, because remember, I didn't know this.
She showed up.
For 9 years, I had this job and never knew it. But one thing that I will commend this lady on, she was available. So a big part of my coaching, and Shay will tell you, one of our favorite quotes is, Shay, your best what?
Your best ability is your availability.
One more time slowly.
Your best ability is your availability.
Watch this. For 9 years as that social worker, I never saw her place. I didn't know about no roaches and no rats until God gave me the idea to go look at it.
Yeah.
So every time we called people, nobody showed up, but this lady did.
Every time.
But when year 9 came and said, Derrick, enough is enough, bro. I'm showing you what you should be doing, Derrick. When I went and took that Saturday, just like today, about 9 years ago, 10 years ago, and when I went and walked to all of these places, I ran into the girl I'm going to just call Sarah. I said, Sarah, you live here? Sarah looked at me with her blue, I'll never forget her blue eyes, and said, Derrick, Mr. Derrick, you sent me here, remember, about 2 weeks ago. And she thanked me. And the first thing I noticed when I walked in the door, it was about 14 people in a 3-bed, 2-bath.
We ain't doing
One
that.
of the bathrooms had a lock on the door. Excuse me, bedrooms. So now we're talking a 2-bed, 2-bath, 14 people. The devil is a liar.
Yeah.
It looked like poverty. It smelled like poverty. Roaches running in and out of the cabinets. Every time you turn your head, you think you saw a mouse running in and out of the trash, and you did. I say, Sarah, oh my God, show me where your bed at with all these people here.
That was a lot.
Sarah started walking me towards the kitchen, y'all. I'm like, maybe she finna grab a cup of water before she showed me her room or where she sleep at. I said, Sarah, where you sleep? She said, right here, Mr. Derrick. Y'all, in front of the kitchen stove, Sarah had a 3-inch mat about 3 feet long. Some of y'all got kids that are in preschool. Some of your grandkids are in preschool. Your 1-year-olds, they sleep on that red mat on one side and the other side blue. Y'all, she was on one of them. And as roaches were running in and out of that bottom drawer where you keep your muffin pans in and your cake pans, she said, Mr. Derrick, this is where I sleep at. And y'all, the part that break my heart the most, and I say this all the time, y'all, she wasn't even mad about it.
She sure was.
She said, Mr. Derrick, at least I'm not outside sleeping on the street. Where did she get that mentality from? The lady that's running the place, because she said, Derrick, they either go outside or they can sleep in here with these roaches.
And that was her mom.
How can you? And when I found that out, Davis family, the Phillips family, I said, well, Shay, I got to quit this job. Now, Shay hate that word quit. I said, Shay, we got to find the fastest route for me to get out of here. I can't be a part of this problem, Shay, now that I know it. So after 9 years, Xander, after seeing it, I said, no, I can't be a part of this. And that's when I said, I got to get out of here. So I normally take 2 hours to tell that. I think I did good because we only 34 minutes in. I'm going to answer a bunch of y'all questions. And Jennifer's already pulled 10 questions from the ILF Academy. But guys, when I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, paying $750 to do so, I said, we got to change the way homeless people are being viewed, and we got to change the way they live it.
So let's go from here right into questions because they're coming in anyway. So let's go into questions.
Let's do it. So let's take the ones from the chat first, and then let's go into the ones that Jennifer has already pulled from the ILF Academy. Guys, bring y'all questions. And if you're new and you just joined, kind of catch up. But we're discussing independent living facilities which do not require a license. You don't have to own the property. No $30,000 sprinkler system. You could be a nonprofit or for-profit. And your first step is to turn yourself into a business. So if your name is Tamika Jones, you're now T&J Solutions. We don't use the word housing like I did, rookie me 9 years ago. Now it don't matter because I just been in it so long. But don't you put living, home, or housing in your name. You're not bankable that way. The social worker don't care what you call it. And you can still be a great business. But at the bank, when I teach you to go get the bag, instead of you getting a $20,000 credit card, maybe you get one for $500 because you chose the wrong name. Questions in the chat and let's do it.
Alexander Johnson. So you don't have a building or a business address. What address do you use?
We use a business address. So
the business addresses you can get from companies. There are companies
I'll give you two right
that
now.
provide you with that. You can also use, so if you're using an entity to do your LLC, they also are they do have an ability to do what's called a registered agent. They can offer you a registered agent service, and that can also duplicate as your business address. But you want to use different, or there's different, there's shared office spaces that provide you they give you access to utilizing their address. Don't use the US Postal Service. Don't use a mailbox or a PO box. That ship has sailed, right? Those are not considered business addresses. And now if you put them into certain Secretary of State websites, it won't even allow you to submit your documentation. So it has to be a brick and mortar. It cannot be a US a PO box or UPS
and two
or
places
anything
that
like
you guys
that.
can use. One is called Opus, 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 OPUS. They're all over the country. So no matter where you live, they have an office, usually in your business district in your city. And they will allow you, like Shay said, to use their address and receive mail on your behalf.
Correct.
The whole purpose of this is that, God forbid, you get sued. Nobody's coming to bam on your front door, right? You want them to take that to a place of business, and that place of business gives it to you. Another one is called Regis, R-E-G-I-S, Regis, Regis, R-E-G, Regis. And then again, my favorite actually just to find a place in your city that's in your business district. Prime example, I'm in Orlando, Florida. There's a place where I live in that's called Metro West. It's a swanky part of town that's got a lot of big buildings, big businesses that allow you to do that. I think I even seen a person put in the chat that they're in Orlando. Like, they allow me to use their office. I got an office space. I got a conference room. They receive mail on my behalf for that business. And that's how you want it, ladies and gentlemen. Put a number 7 in the chat if that makes sense to everybody about why we do not use our home address when we're filling out our business information.
Correct.
Also put in the chat, so far that we've only been together for about 38 minutes. Are you guys enjoying the information so far? Put in the chat if you're enjoying this or if it's a bunch of baloney. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we are
All
back.
right, let's do it. Let's do it. You heard the guy text the phrase more info to get that introductory webinar and also a complimentary discovery call. Next question.
I love this question. What do you think about housing women and children? So I have a mentor that has been doing the single parent family housing. And if you're doing it in a shared living environment, it's going to be more harm than good. Because what you're doing now is you're expanding we're already in a field that can be very open for lawsuits. Yep. and just liability. We're wide open for liability. So when you go to start adding minors into a shared living space, you've increased the liability. I tell people all the time, if you're going to do something like this, you want to make sure that you have like a quadplex and you're able to separate the families. The reason being is, one, let's say your house is almost full. You have a master bedroom that's completely empty. You get a phone call for a mom and 3 kids. For one, they may not be able to afford that whole private room. Number 2, let's say mom doesn't have a babysitter and she asks Miss Joanne from room number 3, whose background is schizophrenia. She might be manic. She may be off meds to babysit her kids while she goes to work. Miss Joanne decides to do something stupid. And now Miss Joanne harms one of the kids. And now you have an issue. And I don't want to always talk doom and gloom, but these are the things that you have to be mindful of, because now you're liable as the housing program for having minors, because the mom's gonna blame you, right? They're not gonna blame themselves for leaving the child with the roommate. They're not gonna blame themselves. They're gonna blame you because you put somebody unsafe in the house, quote unquote. The second thing that I would tell you is, and this is experience, there was a housing program here in Central Florida that was doing the same thing. They had children along with other individuals. Somebody burnt down the house. They lost everything. Okay. And now, thank God nothing happened to the kids, but the kids were at the house, were in the home unattended. So now when the police come, the fire come, is all of these people coming out of this house, and out of the back room are the little kids that were left unattended. So in this space, if you're going to bring in a single parent family, which I highly advise against, into a shared living environment, your assessment, your house demographics has to be completely different. So now you have to assess based on the mother and the kids that you've put into the home, right? To minimize your liability, you want to make sure that there's nobody with a mental health diagnosis. You want to make sure that there's nobody with a criminal background, right? Hello. You've got to now take extra precaution or extra steps in your assessment. And now you eliminate the people that you can serve because of the one room that you just filled. So I tell people all the time, if you're like, it's a huge need. Don't get me wrong. It's a huge need. And that's why it is imperative to get into the space and house the individuals so that you can stack up your money and now get some multifamily properties and be able to house that demographic. That's what we're in the process of doing, because we know for a fact that that is a huge call, right? I've been delivering meals for Thanksgiving to families that are in hotels. It's mother and their kids. But right now, that is the safest bet for them, because now it is just that family sharing one space and not having to worry about the extra liability that happens within that home. So you've got to think of, one, that child safety becomes priority. 2, Lord forbid that mother or the parent has DFS or child protective services, CPS, whatever they call it in your area, that they've already had a run-in with them. Now you've got CPS and DFS or whoever coming in and out of your property, assessing situations on a normal basis. You don't want that. You really don't want that. So the assessment has to be super, super, super tight. Again, you have to now look at how you're going to house. If you're going to house all single parents in this house, what does that look like? Yeah. Right? Now you've opened yourself up for even more liability. You've got a 13-year-old over here in a room. Like, think about the thing that's on the news right now. The big thing that's on the news that Derrick and I've been glued to is the young lady in a blended family that was found, unalived on a cruise ship. And now they're saying the fingers point to the brother. So think about, we're in a world where children are being diagnosed with so many different ailments. Mothers or parents don't know how to handle those children. And now, you're now putting them all in the home together. So you've got to be very, 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 this is not something I would tell anybody that is just entering into this space to start housing this population type, especially if you are not if you don't have the space, right? If you're not it is a lot. It is a lot to it. And I just say, no, don't do it.
Yep. So that's my absolute answer. So as the ILF model, we focus on the individual, right? And I say that once you build this enough and you can start housing complete families by themselves, yes. But I am not putting a mom and 2 kids together with a mom and 2 kids with a mom and 2 kids and a mom and 3 kids.
Because now you've got to look at age.
That's too much liability.
Yeah, you got to look at age.
Right?
You got to look at gender. You got to look at all sorts of things.
Too much liability. So my idea of that model, and that's why, again, Shay has the nonprofit side of what we do. Our dream is to get a multifamily building, or if Shay's able to serve that population, but it's in a single family home and they're the only family in it. Yeah. I'm not putting multiple families together under one roof, because when you bring the children into it, that's when the insurances and the liabilities and just, oh my God, it's just too much. And that's kind of just, not what we do right now.
And if you talk to any real estate attorney or any business attorney, they will also tell you the significant, how much it increases your liability as a business owner, right? And not only are you doing that to yourself, you got to also think about the person. Let's say you're doing an arbitrage method where you're renting this property. You're now also putting that same liability on that homeowner that did not ask for it. So you've got to be very cognizant of that. So your decisions weigh heavily, not only on your business, but also the person that owns the asset. So you've got to make sure that you're, 1, covered appropriately with liability insurance, and that 2, you are letting the homeowner know so that they can say yay or nay to the fact of they want you to do what you're doing in their home. Because if not, you now put somebody in a position of liability that they didn't ask for, especially if you're not doing this the correct way. So I just wanted to share that. So the next question, Derrick, and I hope that it says, what attention paperwork is needed? So let's say what paperwork is needed to start accepting folks once your LLC is created.
What paperwork is needed to start accepting folks? So if you're talking about just like general paperwork to run this, let me announce this first. All of our coaching packages come with all the paperwork that you need. So whether you get our DIY or the one-on-one coaching, but obviously a part of your paperwork would be lease, if that's what you're calling it, your release of liability, your assessment. Like, what are you asking these people to move in? Like, we got a set of questions, right? That leaves nothing unturned that we need to know to be able to make a sound decision. In fact, under Forston Consultants, we have our own dictionary. So we have something that's called an assessment. To us, that means a series of questions that allow you to make a sound decision about who you move into your place, right? Sounds a little selfish, right? And it's supposed to.
Has to be.
So we want to make sure that we're housing the right people together. No different from the earlier example. We're housing complete strangers from day one. How do we make that work? Rules, regulation, and structure. So even though we're unlicensed, we still have structure.
Absolutely.
Like, I'll be honest, y'all, I don't play the radio. I run a tight ship. I'm the nicest guy in the world. And 98% of the time, my tenants see that 98%. But boy, I got a 2% side of me that they don't want to meet. And that's when we got to have real business and protect the other people that I'm housing.
Correct.
Because Tyrone ain't allowed to act a fool in my place when I'm also housing Joseph, Brad, and Chris. Tyrone can't live there acting a fool in my place, not taking medications, on drugs and alcohol, sneaking women through my window at 2 o'clock in the morning. The devil is a liar.
Can't do it.
We're trying to change the lives of people. Now watch this. I'm in all kinds of real estate. So my regular ILFs, I run a pretty tight ship. But I also rent to mom, dad, and 3 kids. I rent to construction workers. Prime example, I don't want to get too loose on this, but I got houses where I'm housing construction workers. They can have a beer and it don't bother me. But my ILF guys, we try to change their life. Most of them got mental health issues, so we try to change that. But my guys that work 12 hours a day out there in the hot sun, shoveling dirt and working on contractors, like all that stuff, that's a different kind of rental to me. I do a lot of kinds of real estate. We just specialize in the shared housing model. And usually with that model of people, we try to change their life because of where they come from. Hospitals, mental health hospitals, substance abuse units. Put a number 3 in the chat if that makes sense, y'all. And you guys can keep those questions coming. So this one is going to be more so for Shay.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Shay lead off this one again, and everybody listen up because we get this one a lot. This is probably even on Jennifer's paper. Which is better to start a 501c? Start your ILF 501c3 or a regular LLC? But before we answer that, we'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. But just in case if you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them? Everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property, we put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
All right, we are back.
Right.
So Shay, tell the people which is the best in your opinion.
So Jennifer, can you put that question back up for me, please? So I tell people it depends on what your mission is. Like, what is your vision? Are you someone that wants to just do this as a business, make extra income, start creating generational wealth? Or are you someone that's looking to do additional things that affect the community or impact your community? Because there's a vast difference in the two, right? For me, the 501c3 is a great way to do it, but just be mindful that, you're going to be allotted a specific pay that's, that is approved by your board of directors. Your what you can do has to be overseen by the board and approved by your board. So there is a lot of nuances to the 501c3. The LLC, it's yours. You can dictate what you do with the money. You can dictate if you want to, whatever you want to do. That is your entity, your business. 501c3 is I steward or I govern a board of directors to impact a community initiative. Yes, I can get paid for it, and I do get paid for it. But again, they're just two different entity types. One is impact for the community, you can make a profit, but you're not in this thing to make a profit. We're a business entity, an LLC. You are in business to make a profit, right? You want to take home the bag. A for-profit is I want to bring in whatever profit I get. I want to turn it around and impact something else. So like I spoke about earlier, I got a $5,000 donation that came in late last night. That I can't say I'm going to take half of that.
Great example. I can spend that money any way I want to. If somebody donated, and they often do, send that $5,000 to me, I don't have no conversations with nobody. I can spend it how I want to.
Correct.
I can go to the mall and buy me an outfit and a pair of shoes and a set of car rims. Just being funny.
Yeah.
Shay's got to have a whole conversation
No.
of how that money's being spent.
Yeah, because my accountant's looking at this stuff.
I didn't like
the first
that.
thing I'm going to do is have a meeting with my board to let them all know, hey, we received this donation. Here is the idea. Let me know what you all think. And they say yay or nay. For the most part, I have a very, my board is amazing. And that's the way I intend on keeping it.
And Shay also can't spend that money on herself.
Correct.
Like, guys, I could have spent some of that money on me and Shay. I could have flew to Jamaica and kicked my feet up and sipped pina coladas for 2 days and came back.
But I can say, you know what, board? I've done this, I've done that, I've done this year, and I want to be bonused. And they can say, you know what, Shay, I agree. There was no, because it was a donation.
Yeah.
It wasn't a grant that was specified to a specific thing.
Right.
It was a donation. They can say, you know what, Shay, as you can take 10% of that, or we'll allocate because it was a donation and not a grant. Grants, you can only apply 10% of administrative cost. So an admin can only pull 10% of what that's legality. That's in the law books. So if you go to start seeing something other than, people talking about, oh, you can take 40%, run, because you can't. But for a donation, I can say, hey guys, I didn't take a paycheck this year from the Angela Denise Foundation. I want to do X, Y, and Z, and I would love to be able to take 2,500 of that. They can say, you know what, Shay, you worked your behind off. Take it.
Yeah.
My accountant will now write me a check, but that's taxable income to me, right? So that just increases my my taxable income, for that $2,500. But ultimately, that's the process. So I tell people, know before you go. Kind of find out what direction you want to head in. For me, a nonprofit was easy to make that decision because we already had a for-profit.
Yeah. And that's why
you get what I'm saying?
Both sometimes.
So that made sense, right? Tiffany Richardson is another one that started she had a nonprofit, but she started her ILF as a for-profit entity. But the way they balance each other is phenomenal, like the same way we do. But it's just this one person that has founded a 501c3, but also has a LLC. They are not one. They are two separate entities, but they can still assist one another. So it just, honestly, it totally depends on the route you are looking to go and what is your end goal. Financial wealth, generational wealth, or are you just in it to really help and impact the community? That's how you make your decision on 501c3 or business entity, whether it's LLC, S Corp, C Corp, whatever it is. That's how you make that decision. If you're saying, Shay, I want to do both. Some states have what is called a B corporation. And that is a business that is in the business to make a profit, but also has some abilities to. It has the components.
How many of you all have ever heard of a B Corp? Type yes or no in the chat. Let's be interactive here, because I remember when Lynette, my accountant, brought up the B Corp to me, I was like, I never heard of that. So how many of y'all would be honest to say, Derrick, I never heard of a B Corp, bro? Put in the chat right now. I want to see at least 25 responses. Type yes or no. Have you ever heard of a B Corp and actually knew what it did or what it is? I actually didn't. So I'm gonna check
we were educated because it just came. It was just activated, not active. It was just initiated in the state of Florida not too long ago. So we had to be educated from our accountant.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of no's. So that's why we love Shay and I love to share information. Now, what you do is take this now to your team, your family, Chat GPT, and figure out, is a B Corp for me? Because Derrick and Shay said, well, not Derrick, I'm gonna get Shay credit. Shay said the B Corp got a little bit of that nonprofit and a little bit of that for-profit. So I love it, Shay, when you do that, because it gives people a different way to view it.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure of the taxation part of it. We didn't go that route, so that was not a conversation we had with our accountant. But make sure you're having these conversations with actual accountants. Don't just have these conversations with, Chat GPT is great, but like I did some research the other day utilizing Chat GPT, and I went to my accountant and I realized like Chat GPT gave me great advice, but Chat GPT kind of combined two different regulations in the IRS documentation. So you also want to trust but verify. Like you can take Chat GPT with a grain of salt, but still take it to a professional. As your base. But it does go to a professional.
About that when you
go to a professional to also do that. One more thing. That there was a follow-up question I just saw. It was posted. How do you find directors? This is where you have to be like you can't even do the documentation for your nonprofit, your incorporate, your your articles of incorporation have to have directors. If not, you can't pass go. So if I were you, just to get a better understanding of the nonprofit course, and you know what I'm gonna do, Derrick? A lot of people texted NPO this week. I'm gonna have the team send them out a special offer. I have a course called Know Before You Go Nonprofit. And that's a course that just pretty much gives you the insight and information, because I had no clue. I worked for a healthcare organization that was not for profit, but I didn't really know the intricacies of starting or founding my own. So I did run into a lot of bumps and bruises along the way.
Right.
But I always said to myself, Shay, I took it slow. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I will always have to tell myself, because it was me learning the process as I went through it, and still learning, right? There's a lot of things that I've learned along the way. So Know Before You Go is a course. I will actually have the team set up a coupon code today. But it has to be done because it's in 2 different places.
Okay.
So I'll set that up. But if you're interested in that course, I'll do 50% off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll literally do 50% off. Give it to them, because guess what? When you purchase this course, it's a tax write-off, because it's going directly to the Angela Denise Foundation. So just know that, right? So it's like you placing a donation into the Angela Denise Foundation and receiving a course. So you do get to, you'll get a tax receipt from our team at the end of the year. I think I'm going to do it for $50. I think I'm going to give people today. So text NPO.
Wait, hold it. And what's this, just so that they can see how crazy this is?
Yeah.
What's the original cost of that?
$397.
So Shay's got a course for
$397.
You're a nonprofit called Know Before You Go, and you're giving this crowd of people.
I will give it to them if they just text the phrase NPO today only, and I'll let this go until 1:00. So if you text NPO,
good stuff.
NPO, and Jennifer, do me a favor. Can you see if that is listed if there's a sales page in Forston Consultants, or is it only in ADF's account, a checkout page? And if you don't, just let me know. But text the letters NPO to 407-326-0086. And I'll make sure you guys get the coupon code today to purchase it for $50.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I want to be a blessing. Good. And this is, but let me show you the benefit of this, right? So this benefits y'all, but it also benefits me as a nonprofit organization, because it's the end of the year for me. So I'm actually looking to ramp up my donations. Donations usually take place around this time of the year, because a lot of people are trying to offset their taxable income. Hence that $5,000 donation, right? That means that individual met with, and I know who the individual is. Yeah. Okay. So
he's a rich joker too.
Yeah.
And that's probably why he also did it. He's probably owed a bunch of money, and he done this to offset his taxes.
Yeah.
God, oh my God. Like that gem I just spoke, it was so powerful. I didn't even realize how powerful it was. Yeah. Watch this, and I'm gonna slow it down. The guy that gave Shay this $5,000, he's pretty well to do.
Yeah.
I bet you he owe a bunch of money in taxes. That helps him offset it. So if he gotta spend it anyway, there's a rule in that tax code where if you give it to a charitable donation, you don't got to give it to Uncle Sam.
Correct.
That's why it's powerful. So to have a nonprofit, so that you got a reason for rich people to pour into you.
So technically,
this room just missed that.
You just open up a can.
If you called it, put a raise your hand emoji in the chat, or just put me in the chat if you just caught that.
So prime example, guys. Listen,
Katara said she put gems, because Katara know that's a gem.
So hold on, I'm gonna drop a gem for you, Katara, right? And this is not NPO. This is for you, because we had a conversation. I'm not gonna spill your beans, but I'm gonna just say this.
The accountant.
Yep. She said, "What's the link for someone to sign up for the business directory?" But the accountant's literally texting me now. But for Katara, incline your ear, sis. We need a business vehicle, right? Not a personal vehicle. And you've got 25 days to purchase one. And with the tax, there's a specific tax code where you can make sure it's not a car. It has to be a heavy vehicle. So listen, if it's in the budget, go to the bank. Make sure you've got P&Ls. Make sure you've got profit and loss statements. I'll call you after we go live. But Katara, incline your ear, okay? Because we had a conversation, and this is for you. And this is the Holy Spirit. This is the Holy Spirit. Check your business finances. Make sure everything looks good from a month-to-month basis. Go find you an SUV over 6,000 pounds, right? And buy it before the 31st. Put it in your business name. Not Katara's name, put it in your business name. You can offset with taxes. Let's say that vehicle costs $40,000, even though you are leasing, even though you're paying payments, not leasing it. You can't lease. If you're paying payments, it does not matter. You can write off up to $30,500 of taxable income by purchasing that vehicle before the 31st. So you've got 26 days to go buy a vehicle. So go talk to your accountant, miss, and get 311 Solutions a vehicle.
And with that being said, we'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info. That's MOREINFO to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all took me down a whole hill just
we are dropping some gems today. And guys, if you think this is good, guys, I'm only here for like an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Guys, my masterclass on December the 10th is going to be for over 3 hours, and it's complimentary. It's free. So make sure you guys sign up at the ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group. I've splattered it all over the place. And most of y'all, if you're not my friend on Facebook, be my friend. I want to see 55 friend requests today from the people that was in here at Derrick Forston. But more important than being my friend, I want you to go in there and be nosy. Look at all of the content that we're posting that's going to lead you to walk off your job. Now, if you're one of these people that's got a great job, we tell you to keep your job. If nobody bother you, you got a great boss, or you are the boss, you come and go as you please, you keep your job. But boy, if you anything like me many years ago when I walked off mine, I want to show you guys how to walk off your job. Some of y'all 60 and 90 days from the day of meeting me, right? That's happening with a lot of people. But the core of my coaching, I tell people, give me 6 to 9 months of your life and watch God and I change it.
Yeah.
One more question before I go, because I'm going to give it back to Shay. After hearing everything that she spoke about this nonprofit and what she can do and can't do, and the other side of it, put in the chat now, do you desire to be a for-profit or a nonprofit? I want to see about 10 responses. Put in the chat, because I want to see kind of, did Shay change her mindset? Did I change your mindset by saying, well, I would have took that $5,000 and took a vacation, and I would have still treated my clients, done something good for them, but I didn't have to ask nobody. So after hearing all of that, because some of y'all new to us, put in the chat right now, would you have rather now be a nonprofit or a for-profit? And while we wait on that, get a quick word from my two brothers, David and Dennis. And remember, y'all, David is an absolute knucklehead, so pray for him. We'll be right back.
Hey, Dennis, I got a question about just some general information, right? If I need to know just some general stuff, like how to get started, like do I need zoning where I live at? There's a lot of things that I'm just getting into it. So where is my first starting point if I was to ask you?
David, man, you're such a character. And what's up with this get up you got on today with the hat and stuff?
Anyway, the first step to getting started, big bro, is you texting the phrase, just this one word, text info, that's INFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't text it in the chat. Don't comment below. Don't send it to me. But just text the word info to 407-326-0086. Because, big bro, that's going to give you our introductory webinar to show you exactly what is an ILF, how do you get started, and what all of these thoughts that are in your head. That webinar is going to answer most of your questions. Does that make sense? So one more time, you just text info, INFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And after you watch it, My team actually gonna give you a call to answer all your questions. And then I still want you to come to YouTube 7 days a week at 7 p.m. Eastern to soak up all of this information.
All right, we are back, and thank y'all so much for being part of the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. And thank y'all for putting up with my two brothers, David and Dennis. As y'all can see, Dennis is pretty sharp like me, but David is a knucklehead. But anyway, let's jump back into the chat.
So
I want to finish all questions.
So I've got a follow-up. Someone asked about the virtual businesses. So do me a favor. For those of you that are interested in finding a virtual business address, go online. You can go to use ChatGPT. You can use Google. Virtual addresses near me. That's all you've got to type in. Virtual addresses near me, because every city, every state has their own. There are some other companies that are doing it. Like for us, there's Easy Workspace. There's this new one that just opened up downtown. So it's not just it's not a one size fit all. There are some that are nationwide, but there are others that may be just local to your area. So go online and you're going to type in virtual business offices or virtual business addresses near me. And that's all you got to type in, and a whole list of businesses should come up. So you can use Google, you can use ChatGPT, you can use all of those platforms to find that.
Do not use your home address when you're filling out your paperwork for your business.
Don't.
That's a big mistake, especially my ladies. And the fact that we coach 98% of women, I want you guys to be safe. Do not put your home address on that paperwork. Use a business address. And earlier we gave out the information for Regis, for Opus, and Shay just told you the best way if you forget both of those. Just Google virtual office near me. Back on you, Miss Shay.
All right, so back to questions. Do you have a curfew and a quiet time at your ILFs, Derrick?
I do. So watch this. I'll admit I don't kind of have a curfew, even though it's in my rule book. So I kind of do. Watch this though. Most of my clients are older and they're on medications that make them all fall asleep by 8 o'clock anyway. So I'll admit I don't deal with curfew stuff. The only time I have to kind of even talk about curfew is with my younger people, which I'll admit I don't house a lot of younger people because that's not what my community is screaming for.
Correct. Yeah.
So my people are elderly adults, military veterans, and they take medications that they knocked out by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. But in my rule book and in my handbook that I give y'all with the coaching, it says Monday through Friday, the curfew is at 10, I believe. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday at 11 p.m. Because my rule is nothing great happens after 11 p.m. at night. And with my population, nothing great happens after 10:30. So I want all my people in the house with the door locked by 10 o'clock, right? And again, lucky for me, I'm blessed with a population of people that they're not really trying to hang out late at night. Now, every blue moon during assessment, I'll ask a guy, hey, sir, do you got a job? Now, if he work at McDonald's and he got the closing shift, we just need to know about it. Because if you walking into my place at 1:30 in the morning, we need to know about it and why. So if you got a job at Wendy's or Burger King, no problem. Just let us know. So I will say, yes, I do have a curfew, but I'm lucky enough to where I don't have to kind of like, you guys are not in yet, because they're all asleep by 9 o'clock anyway. Shay, how about you?
So hold on, Jen went past my question. Hold on, Jen, because I'm trying to get that other question I had up. It was another question. Oh Lord, Jen. Give me a second, guys.
Well, till you find that one, I'm gonna just kind of keep rapid firing these things because I don't want to keep these folks all day. But somebody says, can you touch on going into hospitals in person? I'm actually gonna go crazy deep on that on December the 10th. So if you guys just joined us, I got a masterclass that's complimentary. December the 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern.
They can text,
and it's going to be via stream. So we're going to give you guys a link. And if you just text the phrase more info.
No, city. C-I-T-Y.
Text city, C-I-T-Y, to the phone number 407-326-0086. That'll give it to you. Also, just in case if you want to be an affiliate of what we do, I'm streaming below right now. Also, if you text the word affiliate, if you say, Derrick, I know a bunch of people want to do this. If you invite them to, introduce them to us through your affiliate link, I'll pay you 40% of whatever they buy. So I got two products that most people want usually, the DIY or the one-on-one. And some people, if they qualify, they want that legacy. Here's an example. If you sell a legacy product because you told somebody to watch my webinar and they came through your link and they buy that legacy,
Yeah.
I write you a check for $8,000 or I Zelle it to you. If they get the one-on-one coaching called the ILF Master Blueprint, I Zelle you, I send you money order check, cash app, however you want it, $2,000.
That's right.
So guys, a lot of y'all can start making money just by being an affiliate of what we do. And we're going to talk more about that at another time because we got a lady now that's so good at it. She making thousands of dollars a month just by sending people to us. She's using her own affiliate link by texting affiliate. But now she's actually throwing events, inviting us to come speak, and everybody's using her link to buy the coaching. She getting rich off of this, y'all. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Back in the chat, Shay.
So how to purchase the DIY, you can go to forstonconsultants.com. And underneath our products and services, you could find that. And that's how you get the DIY.
And also, guys, you can text anything to that phone number because our AI agent is smarter than me and Shay sometime put together.
Yeah.
And it's available 24 hours a day, 365 a year. So even if you forget all of these prompts, just talk to our AI bot normally. It's going to answer every question you got.
It's say, how do I buy the DIY? It'll send you the checkout link for the DIY.
And the same system that we use, we give it to y'all.
Correct.
So whether you purchase the DIY or the one-on-one, this system that's doing all of this responding automatically, we give y'all the system with the coach.
And just so that you know, come January or December 31st, well, January 1st, that will look different. Right now, we give all of our clients that come through Forston Consultants $37 a month hosting fees for that system. That will not be that way in 2026.
In fact, everything changes next year. So guys,
we've got a lot of things happening and shifting due to, again, people get this thing for $37 and they, they don't really pay that much attention or spend time with it. And so right now we're really looking at a way to help make that process a little better. It's a beautiful program, beautiful platform, and we want to make sure that you're utilizing it to the best of your ability. So if you want the full access to the Digital Flow Solutions platform, you want to jump in now, because in January you will still get Digital Flow Solutions, but it will be some pieces that are not available to you on that platform.
So guys, for over many years now, over 8-9 years now, guys, our coaching kind of hasn't changed in terms of price, how we do it. But for the first time ever, guys, this year coming up, everything changes. Price, availability, and it's still gonna be great. Trust me, it's gonna be great. But a lot of people just love our one-on-one coaching the way it is today. How you guys get my phone number, you can call me every day. Guys, I've been doing that for 9 years, and that's over now. Finally, we're getting so big, so fast now that I can't handle that anymore, right? But anybody that met me 8 years ago, all the way to December 31st of this year for the one-on-one coaching, nothing changes, and you're going to be grandfathered into what they always got. But I'll admit, next year it's going to more of a group setting. So if you just really love one-on-one coaching, get in now before December 31st. And again, on the live masterclass on December 12th, I'll be talking more about the one-on-one coaching and all of that. But if you got questions even after we finish today, just go to forstonconsultants.com and check out all of our packages. And it's only 3. And 90% of y'all only get the first 2. So there's a DIY, meaning you get everything, but you do it on your own. Then there's a one-on-one coaching called the ILF Mastery Blueprint, where I'm your big brother. Like this, what you heard today, you get every day.
Times 10.
Right? Times 10. Right? And then we got the ILF Legacy, and that's a $20,000 product, right? So that's kind of, we do it all for you and hand you the keys, right? So, and then the IMB, the one in the middle, that was only $5,000. On the first, even if we still offer one-on-one coaching, that one's going to be somewhere between $7,500 and $10,000. So again, guys, get in now if you desire to be led by the best when it comes to the ILF independent living facility model. Shay, back on you.
So next question is, do we have to discuss what we charge individuals for rent to the landlord?
No, that ain't none of his business.
So this person stated, after I pitch my script, I get this question often. So I would say, what is your script, right? Because for one, by time you deliver an appropriate script, there's no reason for the landlord to ask this question. right? So the appropriate script, you need to join us on December 10th so we can walk through that. We're going to go in depth through that. And you want to know how to articulate that and bring the one thing I love about the one-on-one coaching is the rebuttals, how you are able to now offset the conversation with your verbiage and rebuttals. So no, we never told the landlords what we pay. I mean, what the residents pay. It's none of their business. You're just asking them to rent you a property, period. And then, again, the conversation sounds different, and I'd rather you come to the master class so that we can truly break it down and not spend the whole day this morning trying to go through that.
Quite frankly, I'll be honest, right? That verbiage is really only given to my one-on-one clients. I never just give that out, but I'll admit on this masterclass, I am. Like, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, this masterclass is like you being my one-on-one coaching without paying for it.
Yeah, for a night.
So you're literally gonna get what I would call my 4-year degree in 1 year, which is instead of, again, it's just one night.
Yeah.
But everything my one-on-one people get over a span of years, I'm gonna give it to y'all in one night in about 3 hours and 55 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So please don't miss it. It is free. You don't have to travel. And normally I would charge thousands of dollars for what I will be teaching. Guys, I'm going to give it to y'all because I want to bless the socks off of your feet and give you no excuse going into next year of how to get started. Now, some of y'all obviously will still need the one-on-one coaching after that. But if you are somebody that can take good notes and move at the speed of instruction, I'm going to give you everything you need to get started.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. And so that also goes to that next question. What do you say to landlords? Join us December 10th. Text CITY, CITY to 407-326-0086 so you can sign up.
And let me give you the biggest one right now. Most of y'all talking to landlords and you're not even set up as a business yet. Like you're going as Denise Wilson. That guy don't care nothing about Denise Wilson, but if you were Wilson Enterprises, and I'll just stop there and see you on the 10th, because whether you're being a person or a business is how I'm going to trust you. I don't trust you as a person.
Right.
But you as that business with all the criteria that I want to see, meaning your general liability policy.
Talk about it.
You're going to be easy to say yes to, because I rent properties to people. So if you come to me, Miss Lisa, talking about you want to rent my property, how are you set up? How are you presented to me?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to give y'all on December the 10th.
Exactly. The other thing too, Derrick, I wanted to, I was going to say something and I totally forgot. Oh, I know exactly what it is. Also, you'll see that I'm posting my 29-day countdown to 2026 for a happy new biz year. It is some of the key components that you would need to look at as an entrepreneur, whether you're experienced or not. So there's tips for the newbie, the beginner as a business owner, and there's tips for the experienced entrepreneur. So you can follow my social media pages. I'm also and that's at Shaya Shay on all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then also here, actually in the ILF Academy, I'm also cross-posting those in there. So make sure that you're taking notes in that stuff, because these are some of the key components of things that we're doing to position ourselves and, restructuring what we already have as businesses. But it's also good for those that are new to entrepreneurship, those that are new to business, to kind of implement some of these things. A lot of people say, well, Shay, where you get this information from? Well, I hold a master's in business administration. So I am an MBA holder. My undergrad was in healthcare management, business analysis and implementation, strategic implementation and planning. So those are that's the core skill set that I carry outside of being a surgical tech, a surgical first assist, all sorts of things that I've had the blessing and the honor and privilege to do. So follow that. Again, it's in the ILF. What is it called? The ILF Academy. I want to keep saying family. The ILF Academy. You'll see those posts that I'm uploading in there as well to get you all positioned.
What's your page that they can follow you?
Shaya Shay. So they can also follow it on my personal page, and that is Jen. If you can just type my full name ShonyASHA in the chat for me. Just type my full name, because I'm on my iPad and it's not working. But yeah, so go ahead, Derrick. New question. I'm trying to figure out the need for shared living in Iowa. I did host home provider, but did like the amount of responsibility.
Probably didn't like it.
Right.
So Bree came over from TikTok, if I remember. Bree, is that right? I think you came over from the TikTok channel. So what's exciting about your question, Bree? My coaching is actually in 40 states, and Iowa is not one of them. So if you want to be the first one, let's go. But I'll be the first one to tell you that the need is everywhere, right? But don't trust me. Watch how great of a coach I am, Bree. You ready for some homework? And everybody can use this in your area. And I'll admit, I usually give this also either only in the masterclass or my one-on-one people. But watch this. I tell people that if you want to know the need in your area and you don't just trust me, first of all, you can look up statistics. But second of all, you can pick up the phone and look up a mental health hospital and literally call them. So Bree, that day, your name is not Bree. Your name is Brenda. And this is one of the things that I would tell people that didn't trust what this was. I say, do this and come back and tell me your thoughts on this. I would tell you to say tomorrow, Monday morning, your name is Brenda. I will find 3 mental health hospitals in my area. And simply you do that by doing this. Type into Google or Chat GPT, mental health hospital in my area, or put your zip code. So I'm in Orlando. If I type in mental health hospital and if I just throw out an Orlando zip code, guess what's going to pop up? Places like Aspire Health Partners, Park Place Behavioral Health Care, Central Florida Behavior, University Behavior. You're going to do the same thing, but that day, especially if you're afraid to say your name, most people that ask that question, they're afraid of this anyway. So I tell them to change their whole name. That day, your name is Brenda. So you'll call, hello, may I speak to the director of social work? See, I'm giving you the right thing to say already because most of y'all messed that up. Yeah. Don't talk to the lady that picked the phone up. She a secretary. She don't know what you got going on. No clue. And she ain't discharging nobody. Your first call is to, good morning, may I speak to the director of social work or the director of case management or the social worker department? Yeah. I just gave you 3 places. When that person picks up the phone, be cordial. Don't just jump right into your spiel. Good morning, Miss Susan. How you doing today? Some of y'all lose that. Bring the humanity back into stuff. It's 9:30 in the morning. Say good morning. Ask her how she doing. Now, for some of y'all, that's hard, but I'm from down south, and it's easy to me because that's how we act up here. Y'all up north people, y'all are sharp. Y'all fast. So let me throw a little bit of southern charm on y'all. Slow it down a little bit. Good morning, Miss Susan. How you doing today? Perfect. My name is Miss Brenda, and I'm getting ready to actually open up my next facility here in the area. But I just wanted to make sure there's a need for this housing. Yeah. Like, very simple. So instead of you trying to guess, you ask the social worker. Like, how genius is that? And most people call me back and say, Derrick, oh my God. Derrick, I called 3 places and they all had people that they would have discharged me today if I had the house, Derrick. And that's what lights a fire under most people that don't trust this when they hear it. Can 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derrick, that makes sense, bro? Yeah. If you call a place right now to actually speak to the director of social work or anybody in the social work department and say, good morning, Miss Susan, how you doing today? Great. And I'm doing fine too. Thank you so much for asking. Miss Susan, we have several housing programs in the area, and I'm actually getting ready to get one probably about 2 blocks away from where you guys are located. Do you guys have a need for what I'm getting ready to offer? Do you have a need for housing? That's and we do shared living, but do you have a need for housing? Just keep it simple. Say the word housing. And then if you want to go extra far, Miss Susan, can you give me your email address? Because I'll send you actually pictures of what I'm talking about in an introduction to who I am. Guys, I'm giving y'all the cheat code. What's been working for me over the last 9-10 years. And that was in 10 more years as me being the social worker. I know what works. I knew when people approached me, whether they knew what they was doing or not. Oh, this is so good. That's why you learning from these other fake people online that's never been through nothing, wasn't the social worker, just got started a few months ago and called itself teaching. Don't hurt them. Somebody gonna catch this today, and somebody gonna miss it. But that's how we approach people.
And then I'll also say this to Bree, because she stated that it was, I think, and forgive me if I'm paraphrasing, but like it was labor intensive. Your initial, the setup, the getting it up, the getting it operational, the meeting with people, the shaking hands and kissing babies, the assessments, all of that is going to take you, right? So this is not a passive income business. It can be semi-passive once you get it up, operating and functioning.
Right, Shay?
Right? The initial, it's not passive. So don't allow people to tell you, oh, it's passive. It's passive. No, it's not. Unless you are the landlord renting out your house to somebody that's doing an ILF. Now that's when it's passive, right? Because now you've provided them the asset to go ahead and run the ILF, run your business, go ahead, do your thing, but give me my money. That's passive. This is not. You will actually have to put in a lot more sweat equity in the first 60 to 90 days to make sure that you are meeting the people you need to meet, that you are bringing the right people into the home that you need to bring in. You don't want to leave the house unattended, because that's when issues come. That's when issues arise, right? So these are things that I tell people all the time. If you're looking for a passive income, this is not it. I'm going to be very open and honest.
Yeah.
Now, once you've been in it for a while, like me, one of my ladies' houses, Derrick, I don't go unless I feel like it, because it runs itself. If there's an issue, they text, hey, this is happening. Hey, can you tell maintenance? Hey, can you do this?
You get the right people, man. This thing is like a crock pot.
Right. But if you don't, you will be over that. It's a pot on the stove, cooking on high, and you need to watch it. So just know that this is not a passive income business. So for those that are out here shouting that the ILF model or whatever housing model they're proclaiming is passive income, go walk in. I bet you it looks like the lady that was making $41,000 a day, a month. Guarantee you that.
So Jennifer, do me a favor. You have 10 questions that came directly from the ILF Academy. Start from the bottom up, Jennifer, and just put those on screen. And I'm gonna try to rapid fire these because I'm actually a little bit over my time. But if I get 10 people that say, Derrick, like we're good, keep going. Can 10 of y'all put in the chat, keep going? If I see that, we'll answer these 10. If not, I know I went too far, and I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Because remember, guys, we live 7 days a week right here. There is nobody and nowhere where you can get more info about this model than from us.
Yeah.
With the trademark owners of it, and I go live 7 days a week right here.
Okay.
So if 10 people put in the chat, keep going, I'll actually keep going. But I want to make sure, because I know 3 of those questions were some that Shay already brought up. So we should have at least 7 questions that came directly from the ILF Academy.
Everybody's talking about
So
keep
somebody
going,
say
keep going.
Have you checked it yet,
They
Shay?
saying it. Keep going, keep
Perfect.
going, keep going. A whole bunch
So
of people.
Jennifer, do me a favor. And then 2 of y'all just say, Derrick, I can't see the pictures that you're scrolling on the screen. I just want to make sure that y'all can see a couple looks of what does an ILF look like. Is it just kind of stark and dark? Is it gleamingly white walls like a hospital and that's it? Or do we put a little pizzazz to it?
Put a little pizzazz,
Right?
friend.
So Jennifer, break up a few of those questions, and we're actually going to knock those out. And then again, guys, don't forget December the 10th. Guys, I'm giving the ILF masterclass. Don't miss it. Let's hear really quickly again from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back.
What's going on, Dennis? When the next time you guys gonna have an event? I saw something on Facebook that you guys posted, didn't get a chance to read it all. I know I'd kind of be hit and miss, but I saw something about a class that you guys are going to be doing. What's that all about? Hey, what's going on, David? As I can see, big bro, you still remain to be a little bit of a knucklehead. Where have you been? Anyway, don't even worry about it. December the 10th, big bro, we're going to teach you guys how to start your own independent living facility. You've been dreaming of this, David. Now is your time. We're in the last quarter, and I want to see you successful. So join us via the web. There's no travel involved. It's going to be via the web. So I'm going to drop the link below. Click on it. Sign up, and we'll see you December the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I know you're going to cover it, big bro, but what in the world is an independent living facility anyway? David, remember, an ILF is simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight, not a group home.
All right, we are back. We are back. And thank y'all so much for joining the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. And we are live. And I thank y'all for joining me because, again, you guys got a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets. But if you're here, that probably means you love God, you love people, you love real estate, and you're trying to change your life financially, spiritually, and mentally, and physically. Because our prayer is that you guys are here healed from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And nothing will stop you from getting into this. That's always our prayer. Not a hater, not a doubter, not anybody in your family or a city official will stop you from doing what God has called you to. So I'm ready. Did Jen put a question in the chat?
Question 1. Can we rent apartments and turn them into independent living facilities?
So rapid fire real quickly. I'm going to say no, but I'm going to give a caveat. If you're renting apartments, it goes against kind of what we stand for, meaning that I don't want you to share a wall with nobody.
Right.
Because if you're brand new to this and you sharing a wall, meaning you got a neighbor on the other side of that wall, maybe in the beginning you don't know what you're doing and you bring in the wrong person. You brought in Joseph and Raphael and they played loud music all night. They're hard to deal with. And if you don't have my coaching and you chose them and you wasn't supposed to, that's going to bring bad attention to you and your program because you're going to get complaints every day. So I'll admit, I don't like nothing where I'm sharing a wall with anybody. But watch this. I'll give a caveat. Let's just say you met some property manager. She owned the whole complex. She the manager over the whole unit. She want to give you 3 units and they're all back to back to back. I mean, it's hard not to turn that down when you have permission and the owner, the person that running it, understands what you do. Your job is to get the right people in it. And if you're smart and you like me, you get them older people that don't cause no trouble. They're not looking for a party. They're not sneaking women through the window. And they ain't looking for no drugs and or alcohol. So that's what I would do. I won't put a bunch of young people in that either. So again, from the bottom line, I'll say no, especially if you're inexperienced.
Correct.
If this is your first time, get you a single family home. If somebody calls Shay today and offer her 5 units in an apartment complex, I'll say take them.
I'm in.
But I don't want you to do that if you don't know what you're doing. Start in a single family home in case if it get rowdy, it's right inside of your own box. Not an apartment complex with 65 other units and you're the problem. Move on, Shay.
That's a whole problem in itself.
Does that make sense, everybody?
That's amazing.
Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Jennifer, keep them coming and Shay answer that next one.
Here's another one. Hold on, Jen. Let me get this one. Would you recommend a property management or a manager to keep checks and payments? I've got a property manager for you, Digital Flow Solutions. So we don't, not for this specific housing model or program. We utilize Digital Flow Solutions that does a lot for us with our payment processor as well, Stripe. We use Stripe as our payment processor. We embed it into our CRM system and our payments from our residents are automated. So once their intake into the home, that information is gathered and they sign a document stating that they are in agreement with the direct withdrawals every month for the rental income or the rental payment. And that is what we do for that. So we don't need that. So our system will alert us if there's a past due payment and stuff like that. But for the most part, we use software and systems.
Good stuff. Next question, Jennifer.
Next question, Jen.
And big shout out to Jennifer too. Thank you, Jennifer.
I got Jen doing like 5 million things.
I know, man. We texted Jennifer 1,000 things to do at once.
So when they see
and guys, if you don't know who we're talking about, Jennifer is one of our assistants. We use virtual assistants from the Philippines, sometimes Nigeria, Egypt, Pakistan. Shay and I own a virtual assistant staffing agency.
Correct.
And Jennifer just happens to be one of our 11 VAs that we have.
So we just hired 2 more.
We have a pool of about 80 VAs probably that we launch out to you guys as business owners. But Shay and I have 11 VAs of our own. Yeah. And Jen just happens to be my left hand. Jess is my right hand. And you guys have heard me talk about them both. So Jennifer joins us every other Saturday. And Marielle does the other Saturday. So these are VAs, virtual assistants from the Philippines. If you guys need an assistant, or some help in your life, visit va101.co. Again, that's va101.co, not .com. So va101.co. Check out our service there. I think it's like $297 to get your own assistant. Guys, it's the cheat code of your life. Because every idea I have, my team can help me implement it. That's the only reason why Shay and I own 8 businesses. The goodness of God and the help of people like Jennifer. Back in the chat.
So next question, how is everyone organizing residents' information? Where and how are you storing wait
Let's
lists?
answer these one at a time because there's multiple questions in one. How is everybody organizing resident information? Same way that
Digital
Shay just
Flow
said.
Solutions.
So if you're new to us, we have a system called digitalflowsolutions.net. 10 of y'all pull it up right now, even while we're talking about it. It's called digitalflowsolutions.net, and we give it to you. It comes with your website build out, your business phone, AI automation. In other words, for somebody that's not techie like me, it runs your whole business automated while you at your 9-to-5 job trying to feed your family.
And let's say you're someone that can't, you're not in the financial position right now to hire a virtual assistant to answer the phones while you work. We can create an AI phone agent, and we'll show you that a little before we head out today, what that phone call sounds like. How does the AI phone agent work? What information do I build and feed it in order for it to respond as a human and interact with your callers? So let's finish this question first, and then we'll go to that.
They're all the same, actually. So everything that you asked in this question, because that person's probably not even here.
Oh, so let me just give this too.
Everything asked is within Digital Flow Solutions.
So let me explain it really quickly.
That runs his whole business.
So let me explain it really quickly. This system provides you with your DocuSign. Once documents are signed, they're attached to the client's profile. So prime example, any documentation that you upload, they upload, it's all attached to their specific profile. If you're looking to maintain a wait list, we do that as well in our pipeline. There's a pipeline that you can create in this system. You can create forms and all of the forms that you all have seen today all come through Digital Flow Solutions. All of the text responses that you all are receiving when we're telling you text the word city to join up for the masterclass, text this to do that. Those are all automations that are run through Digital Flow Solutions. Let's say that you're asking questions or you're asking a question via text. That's our AI conversation agent. So that agent is attached to our Facebook, Instagram, our cell, the text messaging, the web chat, all of that stuff that agent oversees. So I don't need 5 Jennifers, right? To check Facebook, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. That agent is able to communicate across all of those platforms and conversate or converse with individuals as they're asking questions. So we never miss an opportunity, or we never miss a point of communication or contact because we have the AI assistant. Also phone systems that we get your business phone in there. So now you're able to create new contacts based on the person that calls, right? That AI agent can gather that information and now create a contact in your system because it asks that person its first and last name, email address. It gathers all that information and creates a profile. So this system is a fully functioning CRM, which means customer relationship management system, and it helps you to send email campaigns, text message campaigns, voicemail drops. You can, again, the AI conversation agents, you can hire somebody to do all of your social media posting from this platform. So they don't have to have actual access to your actual, Facebook or social media pages. You can schedule posts for forever.
Can y'all see that we're not just coaches? We have an entire system. And I'll challenge you. You find anybody that coaches the way that we do with everything that you need. Any other coach you find that's pretending to be me and Shay, you still got to go build your own website. You got to get all of your stuff together. Guys, we're all in one system. Why do you think we call it the ILF Mastery Blueprint? So we're not just your coach. We are your system to take you from 0 to 1,000 for the idea that God has already put on your heart.
So let's let them hear. Let's take
so here's
a
phone call, right? So we're gonna play a phone call. And imagine, like most of y'all got 9-to-5 jobs. Nothing wrong with that. But if God has called you to this, who's going to answer your phone when you at your job and you're not allowed to answer your phone? Exactly. You're not allowed to do, or you don't got time to do a 30-minute assessment because you at your job.
The AI bot can.
This AI bot can do your whole assessment. And then when it's done, it pushes it back to you for you to review it. So we thought of all of this when we begin to teach people. I was like, man, Shay, like, how are we going to be able to help people that's got a job, can't answer their phone? Because we believe in your best ability is your availability. So what if somebody call your phone for housing and you ain't available because you at your job? They call the next person. I don't want that for you. So we put a system in place that answers your phone,
Exactly.
does the assessment, and push the information back to you. Shay, play that video and let him hear it.
Oh, I thought you had it. I'll play it though. I got you,
Shay,
baby.
that's why I was talking.
Hello, this is Dobbs Digital Flow Solutions AI assistant. Don't worry, I'm not one of those boring voicemails. Talk to me like you would a friend. I'm listening and ready to help.
Can you tell me a little bit about the AI with Digital Flow Solutions?
Absolutely. With Digital Flow Solutions, you get me, Dobbs, your AI sidekick. I'm here to chat with leads, answer questions, schedule appointments, and handle follow-ups around the clock. Basically, I help turn curious clicks into booked calls without breaking a sweat. Want to see how I can be customized for your business?
Absolutely.
Great. Let's set you up with a free business assessment to see how our AI can work for you. What's your name and best email so I can book a time that works for you?
Tam.
Awesome, Tam. Could you also share your best email address so I can get you all set up?
test@test.com.
I'm sending you a link right now. You're all set, Tam. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Looking forward to showing you what we can do. Anything else I can help with?
Listen, you are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Thank you for the kind words, Tam. I'm here whenever you need me. Anything else on your mind?
No, that's it. You have a great and prosperous day.
Thanks, Tam. You have a fantastic and prosperous day, too.
Can you guys imagine having a system like that that answers your phone while you put a number 1 in the chat if you have a 9-to-5 job, but you desire to do this, and that just was exciting for you to hear that you will never miss a phone call. And then it's got this thing called a missed callback feature. What if you do miss that call?
Missed call text back feature.
It sends a text immediately that says, oh, sorry, we missed your call. Shoot us a message, and then we can respond via text until we're able to call you back. Put a number 1 in the chat, guys. If you got a job, but you desire to do this, and you think that feature's cool, because now you don't miss a call. Back on you, Shay.
Love it. So again, you just got to see you got to hear what it sounds like to have an AI phone agent that is pretty much educated on your business, on what your services are. And technically we can add the assessment.
She said, not my AI boyfriend. And the cool part about it, you can change his voice, the person. It's over like 35 voices that you can choose from.
Yeah. So the next thing I wanted to address is this question that came in through the live chat that says, does each of your residents have their own name
in 15 seconds
slash LLC, or are they all under one name? So your residents don't need an LLC for one. Sorry, residences, wrong one.
Yeah.
No. So residences, meaning properties that we acquire or purchase. Yes, they are all under under separate LLCs. That's properties that I own, not properties that I rent. Okay. Now, if I am running my ILF and I have multiple rentals, I do them all under the same business entity. I am not filing taxes under all of those different entities when I've got 15 houses. That's 15 LLCs, 15 different tax bills that I got to pay to do my taxes every year. Not doing it, not necessary. That's 15 different liability insurances that you have to hold too. Instead, you keep them all under one LLC, and literally increase your liability income as you expand. So that's what you do on that liability insurance, not income. You increase your liability insurance as you add more properties to your ILF portfolio. So I hope that answers your question. Sorry, I was thinking residents, not residences. My bad.
So just one more time, real quick, in 10 seconds. If you rented them, all under one name. If you buying them, separate them.
Correct. And if you're buying them to run an independent living facility, house under one LLC, business ILF under another. Separate the two. Do not run your ILF under the same entity that owns the property. Okay, that makes you more liable. Don't do it.
Yep.
All right. Next question.
Go back to Jennifer.
Jennifer, there was one. Okay, perfect. This is the one right here. Is it true that an unlicensed ILF has to be less than 5 people per home?
Not true.
False.
Not true. So join us on December the 10th to go further on that on our ILF masterclass. But my largest ILF is a mansion, right? I can put like the max out number if I wanted to is like 15 people, but we range anywhere from 9 to 11.
Correct.
So no, that's not true. Next question.
Next question, Jen.
I answered that one already. Yes. So
Correct.
we do help set up the DFS because remember, it's our system and Shay is a genius over it. So yes, she loves it. So like the way I love the ILF and this game,
DFS
she's on the
my
techie side. Shay loves that. So yes. Yep.
Next question.
And then 2 more from Jen, and then we'll go back to Shay in the chat, and then we'll begin to close you guys out so that y'all can enjoy y'all Saturday. But was this okay today, guys? Did you guys enjoy the information today in this short amount of time? Right? But remember, the ILF Masterclass is going to be more of an order of things, and I'm sure to go over 3 hours easily. The last one was 3 hours and 52 minutes. And if I knew I was that close, I would have done another 8 minutes just to say that I did 4 hours. But anyway, make sure you guys, and don't forget, guys, it's really only for the ILF Academy. So if you're not in the ILF Academy, you can't take part of it. So the ILF Academy, guys, is a free Facebook group. Just join it. It's free. And once you sign up, my team and my system go see you a part of that. And you're going to be good to go. It's via the web, no travel required, and it's absolutely free. You don't pay nothing.
All right. So Jen's texting, and she
so
said,
do you know? Do you know?
No, do you provide? Just missed.
This is one of my favorite ones, actually. I saw this one, and I started to jump in on it on the thing, but I said, I'll wait till Saturday. Do you provide an outdoor grill? Also, do you provide a TV in each room? Right now, if you have an ILF, especially under my coaching, can you also answer these few questions in the chat? I want other people to see what you all also put, and now let me answer it. In the beginning, no, I didn't trust these jokers to barbecue. So until you know who you got in your house, don't go out and buy no barbecue grill.
Right.
Wait until you move in Ricky, Bobby, Jonathan, Joseph, and Raphael. See how they are. Are they responsible people? Can they be taught and trained? Because I got a protocol. If I'm going to put a grill in my house, there's a certain amount of feet that has got to be away from the property.
Yeah.
And you got to show me the ability that you know what you're doing through verbal. Like, tell me how you're going to start the grill. How you going to do it? Because if I hear in conversation, you don't know what you do. Oh, Derrick, we're going to put it in the garage, and I ain't got no lighter fluid, so we're going to use gasoline, and we just going to hold it. So I didn't get a grill until I found out that my guys loved the grill. They were responsible and they knew how to do it. Prime example, my guys just bought a brand new smoker 3 days before Thanksgiving.
Egg thing. They got that expensive ceramic egg thing.
They know what they're doing and they've proved it already. So don't from day one go buy no grill. You get a grill when you get a few people in there and you see that they're responsible and let them ask you about it. Don't just go get no grill. And again, my protocol is a certain amount of feet from the house, 5. Oh, no, wait, let me see. I think I put 10 in mine because most of my houses got kind of like this back porch. So I need to be 8 to 10 feet away from any area of the house. So that's just my way. Oh, and then the TV thing. Can y'all put in the chat, what will you do with this question, whether you got one or not, and then listen to what I answer to? Will you put TVs in every room? Or will you give them one TV? So watch this under my coaching. Now you run this part no matter how you want to. Because this is not like Derrick said, do it like this. Some things I'm going to say, guys, there is no choice here. We do this and that's it. Now here's one that I'm kind of lenient on, and it's on you, but it'll cut down problems. So under my coaching in my houses, I do not put TVs in every room. There's one TV in the sitting area. In my big houses, wherever a TV area is, I put a TV there, but never in the bedrooms. Now watch this. What if Jonathan moves in and said, Derrick, I got my own TV, bro. Can I bring my TV? Only if the roommate doesn't mind. Because guess what's going to happen? Jonathan want to watch TV all night till 3 o'clock in the morning, but his roommate James, he want to go to sleep every night at 7:30 because he takes certain medications. That ain't gonna work. That's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be an argument, and James gonna break that TV, and they're gonna call me crying about it. So I do not put TVs in every room. I give one TV for the common area. Let me give an extra little bit of 2 cents on that. Some of my houses are private rooms only, meaning there isn't 2 people per room. For an upcharge sometimes, because the guy don't want to buy his own TV, I may put a TV in it, but that TV may cost him $20 extra a month. Dude, I don't want to buy no TV, but I sure wish I had one. Well, sir, I got a 42-inch screen TV right here, and I can add it to your suite for $20 a month. Maybe, right? So, but again, back to how I said, now, if he got a private room, he can bring his own TV. But Derrick does not put TVs in the rooms, because to me, that's an argument. Because somebody always going to watch TV all night, or what they want to watch, and somebody going to try to do something else. Okay? And to the person that says, can they purchase the CRM separately? Yes, you can, actually.
Absolutely. Whatever
So
business
go
you
to
have.
digitalflowsolutions.net. Should be something to where you can schedule a demo, and my team will build out what you want, build out what you need. Now, if you get the coaching, don't buy it because I give it to you.
Right.
So if you get my DIY or the one-on-one coaching, you get it complimentary because I want to see you succeed.
Let me also state this.
Hold on, Shay.
Go ahead.
And then you also get the virtual assistant with both packages. Like, how great are we? We give you guys your own assistant with both packages. And the only difference between the one-on-one and the DIY, you don't get me. You can't call me. You can't text me. None of that. The one-on-one, you got my personal phone number, and I'm available Monday through Friday. On you, Miss Shay.
So with Digital Flow Solutions, outside of the coaching packages, there are 3 tiers. And then we can also a la carte what you're looking to have in the system. But know that it is not the same price that is offered to our coaching clients, right? $37 is what the ILF Mastery Blueprint and the DIY clients get it for, but we can a la carte the system. It still starts at $37 a month, but in that $37 a month, it's literally stripped way down to just like a website and a CRM access, and that's it. So there's other tiers, or there's other items that we can a la carte for you. So go ahead and schedule a demo. Let us know the business type. And it's not just for the ILF, right? So if you have any business, I've got tattoo shops, I've got dentist offices, chiropractors, medical practices. I've got all these other entities that fall under my Digital Flow Solutions platform. So it just depends on what you're needing, and we can fix it and have it run for what you're wanting it to run for. So just let us know.
Business too, guys. So I don't care if you're a mechanic,
correct,
chiropractor, you give massages,
plumber, it doesn't matter.
Candy store.
I forgot I got a massage therapist.
This runs any business.
Correct.
It's just that you guys here was talk about it more so about the housing part, because this is what we kind of major in. But it runs all 8 of our businesses.
Yes.
So Shay and I own a few things, and Digital Flow Solutions actually runs it all. So definitely, guys, visit Digital Flow Solutions with an S.net and take a look at that website. And what's cool about it, our team built even what you're going to see. So when you guys get the coaching, we also build your website.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep telling you guys, like, we are the one-stop shop. Don't be fooled by these other people y'all in there. Still got to go out externally and get other stuff. Come and get the coaching and all the toys that go along with it. Make sense, everybody? And then back to Shay. Oh, Shay, there's another one. There it is. Can you answer that one?
So no, it's not there yet. So hold. My team is actually working on the 297. There, it will be shortly. We just sent out a text message. They're creating the coupon code. So we've got to go in the system, create a coupon code, and they're going to text you that coupon code as soon as we're done this live.
And also, Ms. Xander, the DIY doesn't involve me at all, but you can come to YouTube 7 days a week. So that's why people love the DIY too, that maybe can't feel like they can't afford the big package. They get the DIY and then show up 7 days a week on YouTube. And then if you go to YouTube again and just click the tab that says live, there's probably over 1,200 videos that's over 2 hours long each that are there. So a lot of people just get DIY and YouTube, and they combine
Correct.
that and burst out the seams. Jermaine Mills.
Yeah.
So in fact, Jermaine Mills, if you're still here, shout me out. I want you to be a testimony to most people, because I've already made in my mind, I ain't even told Shay yet. Even when I do that class on the 10th, I'm probably going to sneak in one more, because a lot of y'all want to do this, but you don't have a house to do it in. I want to show you guys you don't need a house. You need relationship. So we teach a model that's called the HRA. Stands for Housing Referral Agent, where you just use your cell phone and refer to people and still make the money. So I'm going to show a lot of y'all again, how do you still get in this game? And you don't need no house. You just need other people that already has the housing. But watch this though, Xander. There is a lot of people that get the DIY, and then there's also an upgrade, and it's only $47 a month. Can somebody put 47 divided by 31? It's like pennies, like $1 and some change a day to be in now that same group as my one-on-one people. So watch this. Some people like Jermaine get DIY, but he come to YouTube 7 days a week for free to learn. But he also pays $47 a month to be in our private community with my one-on-one people, where you can ask questions. So some people even do that.
Correct.
And I'll admit, I did that just for this year. That's actually being turned off also January 1st. So there is no upgrade from the DIY unless my team decide to keep it, but move it to $197 a month to be in that group. And what's pretty cool about that group, y'all, it's a Telegram group. That group was built probably 4 years ago. So listen to that. All of the knowledge, teaching, classes, curriculum, it go back 4 years and you still get to catch up to date.
Correct.
In that same group, we meet once a month and we call it Family Talk. Guys, that's $47 a month.
That's happening on the 17th of this month. We got to post and let everybody know.
Right? So that's what that is. And then I'll admit that one-on-one, that's what most people have been getting a lot lately, because they know next year it's going to $7,500.
Yeah.
And that's where it always been, y'all. That ain't no threat. It's just that in January of this year, we changed the price on everything just to help a bunch of more people. That was like a part of my New Year's resolution. How many more people could I help this year by dropping the price? Now, I'll admit, my coach didn't like that. My mentor said, Derrick, you an idiot. Why would you do that?
We were called all sorts of names.
I just want to be a blessing to the people. So we're going to drop it to $4,997. That's $3 away from $5,000. So if you want the one-on-one coaching, please get it before December 31st.
Yeah.
Because January 1st, it all goes back to $7,500. And then the one-on-one coaching goes to more of a group style, which again is going to be great coaching. It's just that some people say, no, Derrick, I want to be able to call you.
Yeah.
I want your phone number, Derrick. And I'll admit, I'm not offering that really anymore. Life is getting real busy. So get in now. December the 10th is also going to be the masterclass. It's absolutely free. You guys can text the word CITY, C-I-T-Y, to 407-326-0086. And that number is also scrolling below on the bottom of this screen. You can text anything you want to that phone number, y'all. It's my AI agent. It's going to answer any question that you got pretty much and lead you where you need to be. Okay? So
last question and
that's
we out of here.
pretty much it.
One more. Yeah. I used my home address. Can I go back in and change it to a virtual address?
I answered that. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
But just say,
amend it.
And wait,
That's
but
the
do it.
proper word.
Wait. You don't have to amend it, because if you wait until January, when it's time to do your filing fees, your annual fees, you can actually make those changes for free. Don't forget that. So
say again, Shay.
You can actually make those changes for free, because the new year's coming up. And remember, you got to do annual filing fees for your LLC. So make sure you guys are putting your money aside to resubmit your, it's not an application, but just the fees that were charged to having businesses through this through your state. So make sure you have those funds available, but you can also make those changes during that time, and it doesn't cost that fee for amending anything. You can do it in that time frame of submitting, because it's going to ask you, do you want to make any changes? You say yes, change the address. That's what I wanted to add to that. Okay.
And for the other person, same question. No, the DIY does not involve one-on-one coaching from me. That's only the ILF Mastery Blueprint. But there is an upgrade for the $47 to still feel like you get me And it's that once a month when we meet as a family, when all of us meet. And that's my IMB one-on-one people. I just allowed this year, and I'm probably going to cut that off also in January, where I've allowed the DIY people to still be in the same group, the same cohort as my one-on-one people. And if you guys just even knew how valuable that was, most of y'all wouldn't even think about it and just do it. Can you realize again that this is the group for my one-on-one people, and you get it?
Yeah.
So I mean, all the coaching, the curriculum, answering the questions from my one-on-one people, it's in that group from 4 years ago to today. And then we still meet once a month live for $47. That's stupid, actually. So I almost actually hope you feel bad about it if you don't get it. This is one of those years, guys. I'll be honest. I made a vow in January not to hold people's hand and beg people. And we kind of stood to that. And we changed the price so low that I'll admit, I hope you feel bad about it if you don't get it. If you know that my one-on-one coaching goes to 75 to 10 grand next year, and it's only $4,997 today, and the DIY is only $997, I actually hope you feel bad about it if you don't get it. Right? Because I've made all the provision for you to do. I also gave you financing. So if I didn't say it, we got Klarna. We offer Afterpay. So right there at checkout, you can turn what would be a $5,000 payment to like $200 a month. And again, this is Derrick just being more strong on y'all, because I promise to be strong on y'all next year. If you can't figure out $200 a month, you don't need to be in this anyway. And that's hard for some of y'all to hear it. But if you can't figure out how to find $200 a month to make your dream come true that God gave you, like, you're not trying. Where's your relationships? Where's your family? Your credit, business credit, 401k, whatever it takes for you to get this knowledge. Make sense, everybody? So I hope, again, that for you all that didn't know it, we offer Klarna and we offer Afterpay, so that you can break it up in payments. Okay.
So what is 297? 297 is the Know Before You Go nonprofit course that I'm blessing people with for $50 today, and only today. So if you text the letters NPO, nonprofit organization, or NPO, to the phone number 47326-0086, we'll be sending you a coupon code so that you can get that for $50 today, and only for today. Yes, and for Miss Boss Mom, yes, Boss Moms Uncensored, you can any type of coaching or consulting or education you purchase for your business, yes, it is a tax write-off for your business. So make sure you're utilizing whatever form of payment that is allocated to your business accounts. That's what you use. Document it as education, and you can upload that as an itemized deduction for your taxes.
And Miss Rose, no, do not go and buy a van and be driving people around.
No.
That's one of my biggest no-nos. We don't provide transportation.
That puts you in a whole different situation. Yeah.
And we don't provide medication.
That's a whole nother.
In fact, I'll even end the room on that today. If you want to take out a piece of pen and paper right now and write down these 3 major things that get you in trouble, land you in jail, or the courtroom, or the Channel 8 News, write this down. And this ILF model, we do not provide food. We're not cooking for these people.
Right.
We don't provide medication management. I'm not giving out medication, y'all.
Exactly.
Now, for my nurses, if y'all want to tip into that, that's on you. I don't recommend it. But do not give out medication, and do not be driving around, no medications and no food. So don't be driving them around either.
You're not medical transport. You can get in
now,
trouble
unless you start a transportation company and you're billing Medicaid, Miss Rose,
that's a whole different situation. Yeah,
that's one of my dreams, actually. But don't you be driving these people around. Okay. So, Jennifer, that is the last one for the day.
Good.
Thank you so much. That most of y'all learn more from us today than people that you've been around call themselves coaching this, and maybe something that you even paid for. In fact, flatter me a little bit. Put a number 2 in the chat.
Not flattering.
If you learned more today than from something that you either paid for or just knowledge that you just never knew, Put a number 2 in the chat.
Somebody already stated, wish they would have found us sooner.
I saw a bunch of that
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, put a number 2 in the chat if you guys appreciated today's information. Because again, December 10th gonna be this times 50.
Can I tell a
And
secret?
most of y'all gonna be able to take off running literally once we get done. Shay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's not a nice secret, but it's a secret. But no, for the past few years, we've been very lenient in, what we hold, the power we hold as trademark owners, and that has changed. So just so you know, some of the groups that you're in may disappear. And some of the coaches that you're seeing utilizing the wording that comes out of our mouth will also have to mitigate those issues.
Well, if you're friends
that
with some of the
infringe
people, say, hey man, that Forston family, they own it now. They're not gonna be playing around with you guys using
Correct.
independent living home, independent living facility,
yeah,
and coaching it like we do. You can't
coaching
do
it.
that.
Period. They
No
can't,
difference
yeah.
from you guys can't go start a burger restaurant and call it McDonald's. You can't start a pizza chain today and call it Pizza Hut. It's trademark infringement, guys. And like Shay said, we've been nice about this for years.
And we
This
were
is the
told we
first
cannot
year,
be
and at
nice
the end
anymore.
of this year, where we're actually going to start pushing that power that we have to stop people. Because
Yeah.
I'm just tired of seeing, quite frankly, people teaching it the wrong way, housing people in the kitchen, beds in the kitchen, and they're gonna name it this. The devil is a liar. So that's over now. So some of the Facebook groups that you see gonna disappear,
One
because
already
Facebook
did.
is also on it. That if we own something and we report it, that group disappears like that. So here in just a little bit, we're gonna be the only independent living facility group that you see anywhere. So make sure you join us at the ILF Academy. It's called the ILF Academy, and it's a free Facebook group. Join it, because we're gonna be the only one here real soon.
Wow. Someone just said great, because it's confusing when it's not you two. Yeah, and we know that we've heard a lot of, like, we realize the importance
Look at all them twos.
of being good stewards of what God has given us, right? And because he told us to do this wasn't something that we just decided to do. We didn't. Like, we heard from God, and we knew we had to trademark this. And it's now important that we are stewarding the trademark, because we notice that a lot of people are, they're not reputable. They're taking you all's money.
The people calling us saying, hey, Derrick, is that girl No, she's not a part of us.
Right.
Well, she calling it ILF. See, that's going to stop
can't
now.
do it. Yeah.
So let me give y'all some help, because one of y'all might be in here, because I've been finding out that y'all following me in my stuff. Let me help you, so that you don't get all these cease and desist and letters from my lawyer, and you end up on the news. Change it to something else. Maybe you call it, and watch how good I'm just thinking this off the fly. Call it call it SCH, Safe Clean Housing, and then you trademark that and teach from it. But you can't take our model, copying us, using all my quotes. Some of y'all sad you even using my quotes. Stop it. Be original. Call it Safe Clean Housing. Call it something else. Don't call it independent living, independent house. Nothing with independent in it, because my team gonna see it and they're gonna send a report and you're gonna be deleted.
And the importance about trademarking, what people don't realize, is
Try to be nice
that
about it.
no, it's anything that, like, the verbiage doesn't even have to be exact. It can be as close to that causes confusion. And we apologize, because because we did not take action sooner, and a lot of people got caught in the crossfires because of that. So we, like I said, with a humble heart, I say sorry that we did not enforce the authority given to us by our trademark.
3 years ago. We just was
so
nice.
we apologize for that.
But
for
it's
you
popping
all.
out so much now that now we're just not going to put up with it. So if you happen to be a friend of one of these fake coaches, or you in one of their groups, it's not a threat. It's just that how the young folks say, we're going to stand on business now. You cannot use our language, verbiage, or the name or the likeness of, and do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'd rather you be doing it the right way. You become a coach under us and keep functioning. But the way y'all do it, we don't want it like that.
Yeah.
It's only how the Forston Consultants model is, and it's coming from us. So really quickly, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Thank y'all so much again for joining us, putting up with all our antics towards the end. But again, I'm very serious about that. Most of y'all gonna learn more from our free stuff than you will from the people that you're paying.
Yeah.
So consider joining us 7 days a week on YouTube at Forston Consultants. And if you want to see me and Shay actually act a fool a little bit and act up, we got a new channel called Married to the Mission.
Yeah, and I gotta show
Married
y'all
to the Mission. And it's just behind the scenes of how we do love, ministry, outreach, and how we don't kill each other when we're working together every day. Shay don't have a job, and neither do I. We're
We do
full-time
mission,
entrepreneurs.
ministry.
So how do we work together every day and it work? Some of y'all can't imagine working together with your spouse every day, all day. We can and have it no other way. We want to show you guys how we do that. Not that it's not rough sometimes, and she don't want to kill me, and I don't want to shake her hand and her neck a little bit. But in the when the goal by both people are the same, that external stuff could just die. And that's why we call it married to the mission, because no matter what we're going through, we are married to the mission of what God has called us into.
And I'll say this, I'll be doing some editing this weekend, because we kept our trip that we went on very hush hush, because so I'll just give you a quick synopsis. I went home. Derrick not like I had to ask for approval, but like Derrick blessed me.
Think I'm this mean guy,
right? We actually went to Bermuda. That's where I'm from, and surprised my whole family. So nobody knew we were coming, and we were able to capture it all on video. So that's going to be one of the newest videos that goes up pretty soon, of me going home for my nephew's first birthday. So I was so overwhelmed and overjoyed, because I haven't been home in about 2.5, 3 years. And we normally try to go back to Bermuda every year. So I missed out on some things and some family. So it was a blessing. So thank you, sir.
Absolutely. We enjoyed ourselves, because what that trip meant for me is not only allowing Shay to indulge in her family, but also gave me a time to sit back, think, relax. And if you've ever seen the views from certain places in Bermuda, it is breathtaking.
Every place.
And we're going to show you guys. And that's the cool part about it.
Yeah.
That island is only like 26 miles,
23
square feet. Yeah. So no matter where you go, you can see the goodness of God and what he created in terms of that beautiful water. And breathing in that salt water. Sometimes you guys need to do that. So my team has been getting on me a lot about that lately, about just relaxing and but guys, in the beginning, when you're building something, you got to put your all in it. Yeah. And we're finally getting to a point where I'm going to be actually mixing up the two, still grinding, but also taking time to relax.
Resting well.
To be able to come back and give you guys this fire that's always trapped inside of us. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, don't forget, again, join us every day on our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. Follow Shay.
Shaya,
all her stuff. She's doing that. Name that thing that you're doing again.
29 days.
That should be a little mini course.
It's fun. So I'm actually, Derrick, the fun thing about it is I want to make this into something else. The Holy Spirit showed me to not just stop at 29 days, make it a whole year of things that we can reflect on and kind of pursue as we're going through the entrepreneurial journey. But it's called 29 Days to the Happy New Biz Year. And that is literally just a countdown of things that Derrick and I are doing and do on a consistent basis for entrepreneurs, just in general, things that can be overlooked, things that you can miss out on in your business that can cause turmoil, right? So I'm literally giving you every day a tip, a scripture to stand on, whether you're an existing entrepreneur or if you're a newbie just starting your entrepreneurship journey. So you're getting something for both sides from that particular topic. Yesterday was You Are Your Brand. And that just talked about how you need to show up, right? And for the entrepreneur that has been in existence, it's time for new headshots. It's a new year. You should have at least a few photo shoots a year so that you can have more content to go out on social media. So for the newbie, is making sure that you get those first professional headshots, right? There are some AI tools that you can use if money is an issue. You can upload a lot of pictures into some of these platforms. I didn't name the platforms, but I'll do that when we do the December 10th. There's some platforms that you can utilize. They're blasted all over Facebook and social media that can give you your own professional photo shoot, right? Use some of those things. Start developing your brand. So that people are brand aware. When people see the black and gold and the FC, they know it's Forston Consultants. So bringing brand awareness to who you are. So every day I am giving you something to walk out, and I'm giving you a scripture that helps you to stand on for that particular thing that you're working on in that day. And you can find that on all of my pages at Shaya Shay. So that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Shaya Shay. And let's put that on the screen. So it's at Shaya Shay. And I'm also posting it, Derrick, into the I'm also posting it in the ILF Academy. So it is also being cross-posted into the ILF Academy. So some people are probably saying, well, why is she posting that? And that's the reason why we're doing it. Is to help you kind of
link to the class on every one of those.
Correct. I need to, yeah. But yeah, so at the end, I am going to say, and also don't forget to join us December 10th for
it ties right into all
exactly. So yeah, so I got y'all. But
and
that's
just really quickly, right before we go, one last survey and we gone. If you all started a housing program for women, how many of you all would take out just a little time of your day on one Saturday and host what we call a spa day? And I want Shay to talk about why and how she does this, but I want to see from y'all first before we go. Last question. How many of you all would offer a spa day if you had women, or maybe a haircut day if you had the guys? Shay, talk about that and we'll close on that point.
Yeah, so
where did the idea come from?
The idea came from before I even started, while I was still in corporate America. Derrick had a house of women. They were kind of rowdy. They were younger.
Call my ladies rowdy.
They were rowdy. They were younger.
when I had them.
It was a younger group. They were in a specific program. And that program, I just noticed that some of them were so broken. When I would go with Derrick to on the weekends to check out the houses, it was crazy how they would admire my nails, or they would admire my hair. Like they would pick in my hair. Like, how you see, not calling them monkeys, but how you see little monkeys just in each other's hair. Like that's what it would be. They would, and it fostered a different understanding for me. And it was like, you know what? I bet you some of these women have never had pedicures, had never had manicures, have never been touched in a safe way. So what we did is I started implementing the Angela Denise Foundation's annual spa day. So that was the first offering from the Angela Denise Foundation. It didn't have an ILF. It had nothing. It was just us pouring into a population of women that have never again been nurtured, been loved, had safe touch, and just been poured into. So what we did is we would do we taught them how to do makeup. One of them with the younger ladies, so that they looked presentable when they went for job interviews. So they learned how to apply their own makeup. They got manicures, pedicures. The next one we did was, again, it was massage. So I brought in a massage therapist that started with affirmations and deep breathing techniques to help relieve stress and anxiety. And then now they're learning these new coping methods, because a lot of these women have triggers, right? They have mental health illnesses, they have diagnoses. So what we're showing them is how you can utilize just bringing yourself into a place of calmness and taking deep breaths and listening to soft music and just relaxing your way through that crisis. So we did that. And then this year it was sponsored by Walmart. Thank you, Walmart. Walmart sponsored the 2025 Women's Spa Day, and it provided women with a 30-minute chair massage. So all of my ladies received a 30-minute chair massage. They also got haircuts and hairstyles. Food was provided by, who was that? Olive Garden. And we just got to spend time with them. My board, a few of the members of the board showed up, and we hung out with them and just showed them that they're loved. And it's just something that we've been doing every year from conception of the Angela Denise Foundation to pour back into a population of people that have never been really poured into in this sense. So that's what we do.
I love that because again, some of you ladies are going to get your nails done today.
I got mine done the other day, y'all.
Right? Some of you are used to getting your face beat, as y'all call it, getting makeup and getting your toes and feet done. And sometimes we take that for granted.
Yeah.
Shay and I went yesterday. I got my feet done. I ain't gonna show y'all my feet because that's embarrassing, but I got my feet done. And boy, does it feel good because we
He
get
does
this
not
thing
have ugly
called the
toes.
deluxe.
Yeah.
We get a whole massage and everything before they even start messing with your feet. Guys, I love that.
That is
stuff.
a 90-minute.
But can you
situation.
imagine being able to give that to somebody else?
Mhm.
And look at me in this picture, y'all pretending to overlook and see what's going on like I know what I'm doing.
That's a good idea.
Because y'all know I had to get in that, right?
Hold on, wait.
And we brought the services into them. Go ahead, Shay.
You just gave me an idea for Christmas.
Did I?
Instead of, I think, what if I take all of the ladies to my favorite place for Christmas?
Ooh. Because usually we bring them in, the services in.
And this is
You're talking about
outside of the
taking
spa
them
day. Like
to-
this is outside of the spa day. Because we've already done a spa day. Can you imagine
Wasn't that
if I
about
did?
Julie?
I am.
Julie
I'm gonna
be
call
cool.
Julie.
She'd love
Yeah.
that.
Julie's
She'd
the
love that.
manager of this place that we go to, and when we come in, she just bear hugs us. She says, Derrick.
Listen, everybody remembers your name.
Everybody, no matter where we go. I think my Asian friends got the hots for somebody.
Anyway, I approve this message. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. But I want to remind you all that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do.
Mhm.
Have y'all ever heard of that quote? I hope you haven't, because I kind of say it's mine.
It ain't.
But guys, procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to act on.
Correct.
So guys, don't procrastinate. Do what God has put in your heart. And now you met your new big brother and your new sister. We gonna help you through it. So there is no excuses. So when everybody leave here today, there's two things to do. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Forston Consultants so that you never miss this 7 days a week. Number two, friend request me at Derrick Forston. I want you to go on my page and be nosy. I want you to just go through all of that stuff and be learning, and also envision that that's you on my page. Forget about me. God already got me in it. How do we get you in it? So I want you to be inspired by the stuff that we're posting.
I'm also gonna send
and then
them
one more
another-
thing. Make sure
Go
you
ahead,
follow
babe.
her too.
And I'm also gonna post. I did an interview a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
That I'm actually gonna put in the
Super
chat.
inspiring.
That is very, like, it ministers to me. I watch it just
This
to
is a video,
encourage
guys, that
myself.
Shay's gonna put up that I'm gonna call it. It'll make you check yourself
I'm actually gonna post
in a
it
good
in
way.
the chat.
Not like Shay was being mean, but she brought out a lot of stuff that Shay's got this saying that she allowed me to say it. Still water stinks.
So I just put the link in the chat. Go ahead and
Can you tell them
copy
about that still water?
Yeah, so most people don't realize that we're meant to be bodies of living water flowing, always moving, always agitated in some way so that there's momentum and motion. When we stay still, when we start getting too still and we're not allowing the Holy Spirit to flow through us, we become stagnant waters. And a lot of people don't realize that, because you've never been in a place that you've ever drove past or passed still water. And if you've ever encountered still water, nothing moving, is just there, it smells horrendous. Still water stinks. So I tell people all the time, don't be that body of still water. Be a body of flowing, refreshing waters that leaves something in the wake, right? When water is moving, if you ever looked at rivers and things that are flowing aggressively, it leaves so much beauty, awe, and splendor, because it starts recreating formations in the underwater. It starts recreating what the shoreline looks like because of the force of that water's momentum and movement. So if you're living water and you're moving with not aggressiveness, but you're moving with that agitation of the spirit, you will see that things will be left in there'll be a residue. There'll be a different composition of where you were once you leave. So, like, prime example, when we see hurricanes come blowing through here, something always changes. Think about the water that's been agitated and moved. Like for us this summer, we've had huge what they've called them king tides. So the tide has been so high and with so much momentum that it's caused the shorelines on our East Coast to look a little different. That's because when it's not stagnant water. So when you are moving wherever you have been, there should be a shift or a change for the better because you were there. and not a stench and an odor and a buildup of fungus and yuck because you've been there. So which one would you rather have? You rather it transform the way that shoreline looks because you were there and you've caused beautification, not erosion. You've caused beautification in the formations, or you've been sitting there stagnant all this time and all that's grown is mold, bacteria, fungus, amoebas, and all sorts of gross stuff. So you choose what you want to do. Still water or flowing water. That's all I got to say for y'all today.
And with that being said, we'll be right back.
Hey, Dennis, when is the next time you guys going to have some kind of event where I can learn more about this ILF? David, that's actually a great question. And lucky for you, December the 10th is our next class, actually. And I'm calling it the ILF Masterclass. And really, I'm only doing this for the ILF Academy. So, David, if you're not a part of the ILF Academy, make sure you join it because it's free and there's no travel because it's all online. So I'm going to drop a link below, but I'm also going to guide you to how to do it. So make sure you go to the ILF Academy, which is our free Facebook group, and I splattered it all over that group so you can't miss it. So that's pretty cool then how you guys are going to have this masterclass, but you still go live 7 days a week on your YouTube channel. I think that's pretty cool. David, as you know, there's nobody that teaches this independent living facility model like us, right? We go live 7 days a week on our YouTube channel at 7 p.m., and then we have an ILF Masterclass coming up December the 10th. And don't forget, David, we are also the trademark owners of the independent living facility model. We trademarked it, we made it up, and we're the ones to teach it. So don't be fooled by these other fake people that you see pretending to teach it. Did you know that we had a Facebook Academy and it's absolutely free? Text the word JOIN, JOIN, to 407-326-0086 and join the rest of us. There's about 90 to 100 people joining that group a day. And it's like-minded people that want to do the independent living facility model. So make sure that you join it. And again, text the word JOIN, JOIN, to 407-326-0086. And my team will send you the link to join that. Or just go to Facebook and type in the ILF Academy and we'll see you there. I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info, that's MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show.
Hey everybody, my name is Jermaine. I've been with Derrick and Shay for about 4 months now. I got my first property within a month and a half or so of being under that coaching. I have a 6-bedroom house. I got all the rooms filled already. I'm charging $800 a month. You guys do the math on that. Derrick and Shay don't like to talk about the money, but me, I'm a numbers guy. But the coaching is fantastic. Like, you will not lose. You will not lose. Please make the decision. Getting this coaching, whether it's the DIY or the 101 coaching. If you can do it with the DIY without talking to Derrick every day, then go for it. But if you can do it and you need somebody to hold your hand and you need to call Derrick whenever you need him, then I suggest you get the 101 coaching. Yeah, it's been the best decision of my life, man. I'm telling you. Like, get with it, and get ready to fire your boss, because it's going to happen. Thank y'all. Peace.
Hey, beautiful people. My name is Tiffany, and I'm the founder and executive director for Upward and Onward Jacksonville, Inc. First, I want to congratulate you for joining the ILF Masterclass, as this is your initial step, your first step for creating impact. So I came under Forston Consultants, going on 2 years now, and I love it because their mentorship and their coaching is head on, side by side. They stay with you from the beginning and still now, even with me having multiple ILFs, they're still providing their coaching, their skills, and their knowledge, and just their support overall. They help with forms. They help with teaching you how to communicate with those property managers for the facilities and also those social workers, just giving you that extra push, those extra nuggets that you absolutely need to be successful in the ILF community. So I would like to say, come on over. Come over. We would love to have you. And just like my brother and sister stated, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the place for you. You will not regret it. You will love it, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And also with the CRM, don't tell Derrick, but yes, I'm still working. He cringes when I say that, but I'm still working my 9 to 5, but only because of their CRM, that comes with their mentorship, has allowed me to actually still be in a space that I love in my community, doing social work. I am a social worker, with doing these things and also being impactful with housing. So come on over. We would love to have you. Don't think about it. Do not, because you're going to think yourself out of it. But, pray on it for sure. And we'll love to see you over with the ILF family. Talk to you later.
It's not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm finna let y'all go.
Let's
so again,
go.
thank y'all one more time for joining us and spending your entire Saturday. Well, not entire, but y'all been with me for 2 hours and 35 minutes in terms of everybody that stayed the entire time. But other than that, 7 days a week, right here on YouTube, and let me pray you out here. Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown today. Thank you for the ability for Shay and I to give what you just gave us. And Father God, by your mercy and grace, allow these people to get started without mistake, and allow them to move at the speed of instruction. Father God, I also give them an able body and the mind of Christ to do what you called them to do. Because God, let nothing stop these people from getting started, and let no excuses jump in the way, because you gave us the vision and you will see us through it. So Father God, one more time, we give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise for what's getting ready to happen. Thank you for the keys and the contracts that are getting ready to be signed this week, this month, and in the first week of January, that these people will take over their city and be the preferred vendor for when it comes to affordable housing. And God, will be ever so careful to give you all the credit. In fact, God, today we decrease so that you can increase inside of us. And now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern.